Buck in Riverton says, "Oh no, did Winona Ryder die? No, she's fine.
No, she's fine. She's just fine.
Harry Belafonte died.
He did in 2023 at the age of 96.
Harry Belafonte.
Congestive heart failure.
He became very famous, and he was an extremely talented guy.
Handsome man.
That's part of what made him so popular. I mean, he had a lot of talent, and then couple that with good looks, which is kind of, the reason I've become so well known.
Oh, yeah.
True.
A lot of talent and really good looking. So I can just kind of identify. But that song was written by Lord Kitchener.
Who's Lord Kitchener?
Lord Kitchener is, he's considered the Grand Master of Calypso. He was born in Trinidad, Tobago. And Harry Belafonte had Jamaican roots, but he was born in Harlem, in New York. Mm-hmm. And was an American. Lord Kitchener wrote all kinds of calypso songs. And is this Lord Kitchener?
No, this is Harry.
This is one of my favorites. I think this is my favorite Harry Belafonte.
Work all night and a drink a rum. Daylight come and we want go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and we want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
What is a tally man? What is it?
It's the guy who's counting the,
tally man.
Tally man, counting the bananas.
Okay.
Weighing them. And,
Yeah.
Here's our haul of bananas.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
With Lord Kitchener?
Sweeter, you make me scream, you make me bawl, you make me feel like 10 foot tall.
Sugar Bum Bum.
You betcha.
This happy music.
Lord Kitchener had a whole stable of calypso artists that he promoted. Calypso Rose, David Rudder, Black Stalin. Black Stalin.
I am not a qualified physician, and I don't want to give this injection. Dorothy is begging for trouble. She insists I should give her this needle. But darling, one thing I want you know, don't blame me for where the needle go. I push it in, she pull it out, I push it back. She start to shout, Dr. Gage, it's terrible. I can't stand the size of your needle.
Yeah, there's no double entendre there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No double entendre there.
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a doctor.
Lord Kitchener, he died in 2000. He was how old was he, 90? Oh, he's only 77.
Feels like we should be at the beach.
I think a lot of people would like us to be at the beach.
Why don't you guys go to the beach?
Hey, why don't you get off the radio and go to the beach, okay?
Oh, come on, Kitch.
Maybe this is it.
Could be.
Audrey, girl, I want to know why you have me suffering so. Can't you see that I am very sick and really want to get better quick? Now will you stop your fooling about and throw the medicine down inside me mouth?
So, Lord Kitchener had 4 children. Here are their names.
All right.
Kinister.
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 That's not a
Kinister
good, no,
Kitch.
that's not a good name.
Ner.
No, it's Kernister. Excuse me.
Kernister Kitchener.
Kernister. Actually, his last name is Roberts. But
No.
Kernister. Kuyina.
Yena Kitchener.
Colonel.
Colonel. Oh, that
Kernel.
Oh no, I was hoping it was Colonel, like
No.
military.
Colonel. And then Christian. So Christian got off easy.
Yeah.
I think Colonel. That's you name your, but spell it like
Military.
Like Colonel.
Colonel.
That's a kind of a badass name,
I think so.
Colonel. That's demanding respect from the get go.
You can name your kid that or your German Shepherd. name your German Shepherd that.
From the time the lady wake, she wouldn't leave me socks for heaven's sake. She said she liked to play the tune that remind her of the honeymoon. Saxophone. Millie lead me saxophone. Saxophone. I say you playing it out of tone. Saxophone. You can't make the note. Saxophone. Darling, take care, you harm your throat.
Yeah, you can listen to this stuff all day.
All day?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the night.
Nice.
Harry Belafonte, a talented actor as well. Harry Belafonte, great singer, and did a lot, and he was an activist, a social activist.
Yes. All right. That was certainly some.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back with your check-ins. 877-602-9696 is the number to check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning, so make it happen. 877-602-9696. You can also text us if you like. It's 33986.
Salt Lake Film Society.
They've always got some great, interesting stuff going on at Salt Lake Film Society. This April 26th, this Saturday. Oh yeah, this is fun. So they show Phantom of the Opera, like the old Lon Chaney, black and white. Mm-hmm. And what they used to do a long time ago is they would have live musicians there at the theater to play along with it. Well, the Invincible Czars are back. It's a live music score along with Phantom of the Opera. It's just one night, one showing, only 7 p.m. It's a blast. It always sells out. So check that out. They're also finishing their David Lynch tribute with Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, and Wild at Heart. That's the one with Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern.
It's a good one.
You can see both on Friday and Saturday. It's just the kind of thing they do at Salt Lake Film Society. They do these special events, these things you can't get anywhere else, concessions you can't get anywhere else. The people that work there are super nice. You should join the Red Carpet Club, too. Tickets, movie listings, and everything you need to know at slfstix.org.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
HORP. H-O-R-P. HORP. And now, to use the word, here are two Utah fellows getting ready for Utah's biggest yearly celebrations. It's Pioneer Days, Days of 47. The season of the Ute Stampede, and the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle, and his son Denver are planning what they will do to celebrate this year. Again, the word is HORP.
Denver, boy of mine, what do we do this year to celebrate the arrival of the Mormon pioneers into the Salt Lake Valley? It's been years since we have went up to the Days of 47 rodeo at the Calvin L. Rampton Salt Palace Convention Center. Would you like to do that?
Well, Daddy, I do love the rodeo. You know I do. Them clowns that they use for the bull riding, that's pretty exciting. But ever since that one clown, Gene's Wall, he got paralyzed by that big old bull named Husker Du, the clowns just ain't been the same for me.
Well, okay. But what about the parade? You've always been a young man who loves a parade.
Oh, I do like the girls that twirl them batons. Gives me a funny feeling in my tummy when they throw them way up in the air and then catch them and twirl them again and again. I get all wound up inside.
Well, then, why don't me and you and your ma go up to the parade?
'Cause they don't throw out candy anymore, Daddy. And that's a ripoff. Besides, I'm too busy to go this year. I'm getting ready for another big celebration right here to home.
What? What celebration?
Well, I'm getting ready for the Renaissance Fair up to the Lavender Farm. It's next month, and I'm making a costume, and I'm making a big old lance. Tim Hafen told me I could borrow his horse, and I'm entered into the jousting contest.
Hey, Denver, I don't think
You can't talk me out of this, Daddy. I'm going to do this. It's going to be great. The Knights of Mayhem are going to be there, and Opal the Fairy, and a mermaid, too. And for the music, the Wolfgang Twins are a couple of Viking-like guys who pound drums with axes. And best of all, the future Mrs. Denver Criddle is going to be performing, too.
Are you off your head, boy? Who would that be?
There's these identical twin ladies, beautiful ladies, I might add, who play all kinds of music on electric harps. They're real good and real pretty, and it don't matter which one wants to get married to me because they are identical. And guess what the twins call themselves, Daddy? Just guess.
I don't know. The Horp Twins?
The Horp Twins, Daddy. Isn't that great? The Horp Twins.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
All right, 6:19. Let's get this over.
Yeah, let's. You can check in with us now if you'd like. 877-602-9696. That's the number. Please call us. We'd like to hear from you in the morning. What you doing this weekend, huh? You can also text us at 33986. Do we have a sponsor here?
Help Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
The moon is, it's a waning crescent moon, only 7.8% of full right now. The moon will set today at, well, I guess it already has. Oh, no, it's this evening, 6:03 p.m. Today being Friday. It's the 25th day of April in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2025.
You okay? Does that make you tired just thinking of it?
I got a little bug this morning. Just
I'm sorry.
Not feeling quite right. It'll improve as the morning goes on, I'm sure. It's National Arbor Day.
It is.
Yeah, Arbor Day.
Shouldn't I get today off then? Because I'm a tree farmer. Shouldn't I?
Yes.
I
Shouldn't that
suppose
be
so.
part of it?
We used to do years ago at the Ogden Nature Center when I was on the board of directors there. We would do a Arbor Day celebration every year on this date, and plant a tree. And the tradition was to plant, to take a little capsule and put somebody's name in it that you wanted to honor.
Oh, That's
and
nice.
and put the little capsule in the roots of the tree that you were planting,
I like that.
where it would be there forever to honor that person. I don't know if we made that up or that's actually something that people do kind of routinely. It's World Penguin Day, Mani Petty Day, as Gina observed yesterday, National Hug a Plumber Day. So I want Larson in here today. Sean, get down here. We need to give you a hug. And it's Al Pacino's birthday today. His real name, Alfredo James Pacino. He's 84.
Now, when you say that, his real name, Al Pacino, his name is Alfredo Pacino.
His full name, Alfredo James Pacino.
That is the subject of the B. Gina questions.
Nice.
And when he was a kid, they call him Sonny.
I'll just erase that question.
And this is the official morning show of Al Pacino. It's Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi over there. Katie, for short, is our fine producer, and I believe I saw Allison in the producer's booth today. And the dog is there, Vex. Yes, there he is, doing what I'd like to be doing.
Curled up on the bed in the producer's booth?
No, licking my paw. No, he's. I'd like to go in the producer's booth and curl up and just lay there on the floor.
Nothing's stopping you.
No. Well, it'd be hard to do my part of the show from there.
Well, we got commercials here.
Okay, I'll go do it for a second.
Just for 5 minutes.
A little bit.
All right, 877-602-9696. That's the number. Call and check in with us.
Okay, let's begin with, is it Brody?
Brody, you're up in Idaho Falls. Good morning.
Good morning, Lords, and that's correct, Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
I'm just getting ready to go and pull the trigger out to begin my experiment with pork ribs today.
Experimenting with pork ribs.
Nice.
I thought you said pull the trigger.
Traeger.
But you said Traeger, didn't you? Yeah.
Pull the trigger for the Traeger, yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
But no, my family thought my ribs were so good last year, they told me to enter into a pork rib barbecue contest. So I'm experimenting with flavors. One's going to be a tahine rib, and the other one's going to be a pickle rib.
Pickle.
I usually like tahine on anything, but I hadn't thought about it for ribs.
You know what I love tahine on is watermelon.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of watermelon in general, and now somebody gave me some watermelon with tahine on it, and I just
or pineapple. It's good on pineapple.
Yep.
But ribs, I'd try it on ribs, sure.
So how are you going to do that? Just sprinkle it on there and smoke them, or?
Yeah, so with the tahine ones, I have those marinating in fruit juice to kind of bring out the sweetness and the acidity from pineapple and lime. And then a tahine with sriracha binder to go on top of it to bring out the sweet spice.
I see. So when you enter this contest, when is it and where is it?
It is June 17th up here in Idaho Falls. If people are really interested, I'd be happy to share that information, and people can make a day trip to come up. This is going to be a charity event for the local cancer center at the Idaho Falls Hospital.
Oh, that's nice.
Good. And is there a prize involved, or is it just a money prize, or is it just to raise money for the hospital?
There's money for the hospital, but top 3 contestants, third place is going to get a pizza oven. Second place is going to get a Traeger. First place is going to get an even bigger Traeger. I forget which models they are, but they're leaning towards smokes on this competition.
Well, keep us posted on how you do.
Send us some ribs, too. I'd like to try the tahine ones if you can send them down.
I'll freeze dry them for you, Bill.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
See you later.
Bye, Brody.
Katie says tahine is wonderful in a Bloody Mary.
Yep.
Right Wing Wade checking in. Dominic Bonacci from Clearfield checking in, excited for the weekend to get here and relax and have some family time. Perry City listener checking in. Friday is here and me want to stay home. Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. Justin from the most west of Wendover. I didn't realize how much calypso music was in movies. All of that instrumental calypso brought back memories. Kilroy was here checking in from the most pleasant of groves. Mixer driver Shane checking in from my bed.
But why you go back to sleep, Shane? Wake up.
Greetings and salutations. It's Soda Scrub, first time checking in from up in Logan. I'm 8 months in remission from lymphoma.
Nice.
Ooh, good.
You guys helped me throughout the treatments. The farting around segment every morning makes me happy. I've listened to you guys since the 90s. Grown up with your show. Thank you. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Batchman Justin checking in from West Jordan. Kira and Andy checking in. Chelsea from St. George wishing my daughter Kennedy the best of luck for her volleyball tournament this
Go
week.
Kennedy.
Dan of Evanston checking in, hoping to test negative for COVID today. Ooh.
It's still a thing?
Yes, it is. Librarian Christine checking in from Butte, Montana.
Oh, we have a librarian coming in today, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Fun farting around. Mikkel of Reno here. Mishak of Erta checking in. That was some beach hammock hanging with Senora farting around. Cardboard Chris checking in. Jocelyn from Sandy. The recap of the comfort foods made me think of waffles with Caro pancake syrup. Caro pancake syrup?
Yeah, Caro syrup.
Caro syrup?
Like corn syrup?
You just add maple flavor, I guess?
Probably.
Johnny B checking in, listening while starving in preparation for a PET scan this morning. Ella the nanny checking in. Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Chef Roy. Well, happy Arborist Day to Tim the tree guy.
Yay, we love you, Tim.
Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher. Only a few weeks till the school year is over. Oh, wow. Dale from Clearfield checking in. After hearing Bill talk about Dom's Burger, I finally tried the English Man, and it was delicious.
Oh, the burger place in the food hall down there, Woodbine.
Yeah. I recall Hug a Plumber from last year, wondering when other trades also get their recognition.
Yeah, that's what
Did I miss Electricians Appreciation Day?
No, it's coming up. Don't worry.
All right.
Yeah, I had the English burger there too. It was on English muffins.
Ben and Peter checking in. Doug, an FOP from the beginning. It's my birthday. Didn't know I shared it with Al Pacino. I decided yesterday I'm going to drive out to Jackson Hole for my birthday weekend. Joe Dirt checking in. Tahine is good on mangoes. Richard, that is a dick, checking in.
Is this different Richard?
Richard.
There's not a dick, and then is a dick.
I'll be advising my granddaughters to download Calypso music before they leave on their cruise today. There you go. All right, everybody's here. Let's go.
Well, you mentioned our friend Right Wing Wade checking in from I-15. He says both lanes, directions running smooth. He's a member of the Infinite Team, as are all of you. Some radio stations just do triple team traffic. We need all of your help letting us know what you're seeing on the roads. 33986 is where you do that.
All right, thank you. We got big boy news coming up. Also, Frank Christ presents the Dead Celebrity Game on the way. Stand by after some messages and a
for another edition of Beat Gina.
Yes.
I'm the donut-loving Beat Gina announcer Johnny Ola. Hey, Mom. And I say, hey, Mom, because this is your obligation, Mom, because it's on your shoulders that this task always falls upon, because society has decided that you, Mom, is the one person in the family that has the responsibility to make sure that the family gets fed morning, noon, and night. Sorry. Let me begin again. Hey, Mom, here's how you can keep the family home for breakfast. It's Hostess. In today's hurry-up world, there's only one surefire way of knowing your family is getting a proper breakfast. A way that you can wake them, cheer them, charm them, please them, excite them, delight them, and keep them home for breakfast. Because, you know, Mom, it's your job to do that. The Hostess Breakfast Bake Shop can help.
little chocolate donuts.
Donuts.
It's chock full of powdered cinnamon, chocolate, honey, wheat, donuts, and lots more.
I'll take
Hostess Bake Shop makes your family, because you know, Mom, this is your responsibility. Want to take the time to eat breakfast at home. Hostess, packing on the pounds and elevating blood sugar for generations. I'm your host, your announcer, Johnny Ola. I'm going to have another Spank the Monkey. All right, here's your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
Sorry, I was distracted.
I understand. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Taylor today.
Hi, Taylor.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Taylor, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage if you call it correctly. Heads or tails, sir?
Heads.
All right, coin up. Hales, Gina Barberi.
You're one step further away from these tickets to see Silver Sun pickups at the Union on the 20th of February.
You're not really one step further away, Taylor.
Johnny, stop.
Taylor,
I'm sorry.
because you lost the coin toss, Gina goes first. She answers the question. She gets the point. If not, I'll allow you to answer the same question correctly, stealing that point away from Gina, and we'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. Now, because it's Tom Hiddleston's birthday, we have Thor and Loki trivia. All right, so here we go. First question for Gina. Gina.
Yes.
When Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, and Sir Anthony Hopkins, who played Odin, saw each other in full armor for the first time, what did Anthony Hopkins say?
Okay.
Was it 1, my son? Was it 2, you look like a rube, a well-scrubbed, hustling rube with little taste. Good nutrition's giving you some length of bone, but you're not more than one generation from poor white trash, are you?
Thank you.
Nice.
3, God, there's no acting required here, is there? Or 4, you fly back to school now, little starling. Fly, fly, fly.
My son.
You'd like to think.
No.
No.
This is a famous quote.
I know exactly what. Yes. Taylor, you have a chance to steal.
4.
No, it's God, there's no acting required here, is there?
I wanted him to say my son.
What's wrong with our contestants these days?
Yeah.
All right, Taylor. Sorry you didn't get a point, but you do control the question.
All right. Stan Lee, the comic book creator and executive producer of the movie Thor, claimed he'd always wanted to play which Thor character in a movie?
Okay.
Is it 1, Thor? Is it 2, Jane Foster? Is it 3, Odin? Or 4, Kid Loki?
3.
Very good.
There you go, Taylor. Nicely done.
Throwing you a bone.
It's 1-0, and now Gina.
Gina, Tom Hiddleston found one of Loki's outfit pieces very uncomfortable.
Okay.
And he channeled his discomfort into Loki's battle scenes. Which outfit piece was this?
Okay.
Is it 1, Loki's bedazzled jean jacket from Chess King?
Yes.
Is it 2, Loki's Oakley wrapped around sunglasses, jet ski not included? Is it 3, Loki's wig? Or 4, Loki's helmet?
That helmet's pretty unwieldy.
It is a big helmet.
Yes, that's a point for Gina. It's 1-1. Now Taylor.
Taylor? Tom Hiddleston based his performance of Loki on 3 different actors. Who were they? Who did he channel to play Loki? Is it 1, Peter O'Toole, Jack Nicholson, and Clint Eastwood? Is it 2, Mo Howard, Larry Fine, and Shemp Howard? Was it 3, Tilda Swinton? Oh, because she can do
anything.
Really.
Tilda Swinton, Angela Lansbury, and B. Arthur? Or 4, David Niven, Sean Connery, and Alan Rickman?
It's got to be 4.
Oh, no.
I would have said that
That's
too,
what I would
Taylor.
have said as well.
So it must be 1 then.
1, Peter O'Toole, Jack Nicholson, and Clint Eastwood.
All right, it's 2-1. Gina's ahead, and she controls the question. She could win with this one.
I hope she does.
Don't we
Nothing
all?
against you, Taylor, but
Don't we all?
running out of questions is why. Let's see. Mjolnir, the name of Thor's hammer.
Oh, yes.
Mjolnir.
What is it?
Mjolnir.
Oh.
Meow, meow. Replacements. Because I just saw it sitting there and it looked lonely.
Well, I'm glad you gave it some attention.
Yes. Time now for some big boy news and opinioendo. Now, right after that, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You'll win.
Tickets to see Silver Sun pickups coming May 1st to the Union.
All right. Call when you feel the need. The sooner the better, though. 877-602-9696. Play Frank Christ Presents. You'll win the Silver Sun Pickups tickets. Right now, it's Big Boy News brought to you by
Tracy Aviary. From bird shows and roaming encounters to nature play and keeper talks, there's always more to see when you visit Tracy Aviary. Learn more at tracyaviary.org.
Well, the original Alice Cooper Band has released a new song. The new song, Black Mamba, which features a guest spot by Robbie Krieger of The Doors. The single comes a couple of days after Cooper and company announced their first album in 51 years. The return of Alice Cooper, arriving July 25th, as the LP's opening track, Black Mamba, kicks it back to the 70s-era Alice with a crunchy blues rock sound and the same kind of murky psychedelia, as they describe it here, that defined the original Cooper band's earliest albums, such as Pretties for You and Easy Action. Alice Cooper described the track as definitely an Alice Cooper from-the-ground-up song that came out during album sessions. Krieger, who's a friend of the band since its days in Los Angeles in the late 60s, was tapped for additional guitar work. Operation Underground Railroad, the anti-human trafficking nonprofit organization, has a new CEO for the third time in 3 years. Tammy Lee took over in February of 2024 after multiple women filed lawsuits against the company's founder and former CEO, Tim Ballard, accusing him of sexual misconduct. The nonprofit was also named in the lawsuits. The female accusers also worked for Underground Railroad. Lawsuits are still pending. The nonprofit permanently separated from Ballard after the accusations were made. OUR has not explained why Ms. Lee is no longer with the nonprofit. They declined an interview but released the following statement in response to some questions by Fox News. Tammy Lee helped guide our rescue through a time of transition and brought renewed focus to our mission, said Sean Vassaleros, chairman of the Our Rescue Board of Directors. We wish her well in her next endeavor. Derek Banner, who has been appointed Chief Executive Officer, has been serving in a senior leadership role overseeing mission operations and survivor care and bringing steep experience and familiarity with our rescue's work. If in fact, they are doing any of that, which
if you are, great.
I'm not aware that they're doing
I
any
don't
of
think
it.
they're doing,
But,
yeah.
a state of emergency has been declared. Governor Cox says that the 17 counties in Utah are it's a state of emergency because of drought. 42% of the state is under severe drought conditions.
Mostly south.
Yeah. A relatively dry winter season across much of Utah is causing much of the drought worries, according to the governor's office. The state's snowpack peaked at 14.3% late last month, which is equal to the state's annual peak of snowpack. However, southwestern Utah's snowpack was only 44% of normal. We've been monitoring drought conditions closely, and unfortunately, our stream flow forecasts are low, particularly in southern Utah, said Cox in a statement. I urge all Utahns to be extremely mindful of their water use and find every possible way to conserve. Water conservation is critical for Utah's future. I would call for the closure of all golf courses in St. George.
And I would just say to Spencer, you didn't pray hard enough, sir. Clearly.
An Orem psychologist who wrote a book on breaking addictions to pornography and who is not a drag queen.
Not a drag queen.
Has been arrested on multiple child sexual exploitation and voyeurism charges. Dr. Robert Virgil Dindinger, yes, his name is Dindinger, faces 10 charges of sexual exploitation of a minor, 2 voyeurism charges. He's listed as the owner of Utah Valley Psychology in Orem, where the company's website said Mr. Dindinger specializes in child and family psychological services, and it further says he's not a drag queen.
Not a drag queen.
In his online biography, Dindinger highlights that he was the author of Pornography Addiction, Breaking the Chains, a workbook of essential tools for recovery. He wrote it. He apparently didn't read it. Donald Trump, not happy with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And we know this because he took to social media and wrote, I am not happy.
Well, that'll fix everything.
Following Russian missile strikes on the Ukraine capital, Kyiv, Russia launched its deadliest wave of attacks against Ukraine's capital in 9 months early Thursday, hours after Trump had accused Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky of harming peace talks during a Wednesday press gaggle in the Oval Office.
You know, as Zelensky said, we had a ceasefire agreement that they have not adhered to for a moment.
Exactly.
So why would I agree to...
Anytime I agree to something,
So quit putting this back on me for not wanting peace.
Moscow sent 70 missiles, 145 drones toward Ukraine, mainly targeting Kyiv, At least 8 people were killed in the bombardment, the Ukrainian Prosecutor General's office said, which emergency services said struck 13 locations in Kyiv, including residential buildings and civilian infrastructure. Ukraine's emergency services earlier reported that 9 people had died, more than 60 people had been wounded. By the way, if you want to buy a hat, Trump is now selling hats and shirts emblazoned with Trump 2028 branding. They're $50
for a ball cap?
For a baseball cap. This is not just any baseball cap. It's a bright red baseball cap.
Where do they make
touting, probably China.
It says "Made in America" right there, but I don't believe them.
Well, maybe it is, but it's a bright red cap, and it's touting the possibility of Trump being president, for a third term
in violation of the Constitution.
Yeah. The hat's listing includes the language, "Help rewrite the rules."
It changed the Constitution.
In a March interview with NBC News' Kristen Welker, Trump said he was not joking about the idea of running in 2028. There are methods which you could do it, and I'm not joking.
Well, if I take away your right to vote, it's easy.
I don't think he's going to live through this term, so I don't know how he's going to run for another one. The suburban Chicago man who admitted to fatally shooting 7 people and wounding dozens of others during a 2022 Independence Day parade was sentenced Thursday to life in prison without the possibility of parole. A Lake County judge, Victoria Rossetti, handed down 7 consecutive sentences of life in prison. The prosecutor said this guy's going to rot in jail. The court has absolutely no words which adequately describe and capture the horror and pain that was inflicted on July 4th. Robert E. Cremo III, 24 years old, has a complete disregard for human life and is irretrievably depraved, permanently incorrigible, irreparably corrupt, and beyond any rehabilitation, she said.
Wow.
He was not in the courtroom when the sentence was handed down. I suspect or speculate that it's because they thought he would be very disruptive if he were there.
Yep.
Because he's a really bad guy. Harmful bleaching of the world's coral has grown to include 84% of the ocean's coral reefs.
Wow.
In the most intense event of its kind in recorded history, the International Coral Reef Initiative announced. It is the 4th global bleaching event since 1998, and it's now surpassed bleaching from 2014 to 17 that hit some 2/3 of coral reefs. A mix of more than 100, this organization is a mix of more than 100 governments and non-governmental organizations and others. It's not clear when the current crisis, which began in 2023 and is blamed on warming oceans, will end.
Why should I care about that?
Because
lots of things live in coral reefs that feed other things and so on and
they
so
are
on and so
and
on.
they are very indicative of the health of the ocean.
Yeah.
And finally, a Ford automobile was discovered inside the hangar of an American aircraft carrier that sank during World War II. According to the Miami Herald, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's ship Okeanos, I guess it is, Explorer, was exploring the final resting place of the USS Yorktown, a United States Navy aircraft that was involved in several operations during the Second World War before it was sunk by a Japanese submarine after the Battle of Midway. The USS Yorktown was known to have housed 2,200 people, 90 aircraft. The dives to the 809-foot-long vessel were the first to explore the ship's hangar deck, according to NOAA, with researchers making an unexpected discovery inside the hangar deck. They reported there was a faint outline of an automobile during the dive that was carried out April 19th. According to the Miami Herald, a member of the team can be heard saying, "It's a car. That's a full car there," during a live stream of the expedition. "Why is there a car on this boat?" another one is heard asking. The vehicle, which was found in the Yorktown's Elevator 3, has left historians baffled, with officials describing the discovery as exciting. My speculation would be that the admiral of the Yorktown had a car that he really liked and said, "We're going to take this car back. We're going to take it to wherever we're going. So load my car in there, will you?"
That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's fascinating that they found it. All right, that's it.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, you got the NFL draft, and a Utah boy went in the first round. Jackson Dart, he was a player for Corner Canyon, and then he went on to Ole Miss. He was number 25 pick. You know who wasn't picked in the first round?
Sanders.
That mouthy Shedeur Sanders. Like he's been probably the most interviewed person eligible for the draft, he's just cocky and
here's what they
jerky
said about his interviews.
Yeah,
they say he's multiple coaches and executives ahead of the draft asked them to evaluate him. The most damning quote came from a longtime NFL assistant coach who said, Sanders' attitude, body language, and performance during the team's informal interview was horrible.
Yeah.
I've never in my life, he thinks he's entitled to everything. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. He blames his teammates for any problems.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing is, he's just not that good.
And it's a big blow to his ego to not go in the first round. So
you think somebody will pick him up?
Oh, yeah. Someone will get him. But, yeah, it's maybe this will knock him down a peg and he won't be quite so swaggery. But we'll see. The NBA yesterday, the Clippers over the Nuggets. We had the Thunder over the Grizzlies, the Knicks over the Pistons. Today you've got Celtics and Magic at 5, Pacers and Bucks at 6, and Lakers and Timberwolves at 7:30.
This is the months-long playoff.
Yeah, it goes forever. In the NHL yesterday, the Blues over the Jets, the Wild over the Golden Knights, and the Maple Leafs over the Senators. Panthers over the Lightning. Today you've got Capitals and Canadiens at 5, and the Hurricanes and the Devils at 6. Yes, I know it's Hurricanes. I just say it that way. Real Salt Lake tomorrow against San Diego FC, and the Utah Royals today against the Houston Dash at 6 p.m. That is your sports. Let's see, weather. So, very warm, 76, nice today, a little breezy. Tomorrow, just beautiful blue skies and a high of 75. Then we get this rain pattern building back in. Sunday, 60% chance of showers, high of 63, so it cools off a bit on Sunday. Monday, we have an 80% chance of showers. I'm supposed to do a remote on Monday at a car wash. I'll let you know if we move that maybe
I think you'll
day.
do it.
We'll do it anyway?
You'll do it.
Okay, that'll be at Quick Quack Car Wash in Mapleton on Monday. Let's see, high of 57 Monday, overnight low 44. Traffic, let me refresh this and let you, and I will add into traffic, and I'll do this more in my next sports report. But the Salt Lake Marathon's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So be aware of that.
Stay out of downtown.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do more of a report on that in the next.
Is there a place you can go and look and see what's going to be closed?
Yeah, I mean it's just Salt Lake City Marathon. Just Google it, and there's a map there.
Okay.
Well, I can do it now. I have it right here. Salt Lake City Marathon returns this Saturday, along with the associated traffic impacts while the event occurs. Over 200 intersections will be impacted between Salt Lake City and Holiday throughout most of the day. Some road closures will begin as early as midnight and may end as late as 5 p.m. Let's see. The race will begin along Wasatch Drive, just west of the University of Utah, you know, where they have the bridge and all that. Take participants through Federal Heights, part of the avenues, around the mouth of City Creek Canyon, past the Capitol before runners head downtown. From there, they'll go through Central City, Sugar House, all the way down past 45th South along 23rd East and Holiday. Then they'll head north through Sugar House, Liberty Wells, Liberty Park, before ending outside the Salt Lake City County building. It's, you know,
no good.
If you live in town, you're kind of stuck
Yeah.
in town. If you want to know more, just go to saltlakecitymarathon.com. There's a map there with times when different places will be closed.
All right, thank you.
Frank Christ, good morning.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Frank, you're here as usual. Well, what's the matter now?
Lulu.
What?
Tragedy.
I had to take Lulu yesterday.
This
Lulu from Hee Haw.
Oh, I know.
What?
She's a celebrity?
Well, sure.
yes.
She was a TV celebrity.
Oh, was she the big woman?
It's
on
not
Hee Haw?
nice to say,
Well, she
Bill.
was a big woman, right?
Yes.
She was the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to place
She
her
was
in my
one of the
mind.
Hee Haw Honeys.
Well, Frank Christ is very upset about this. Frank is, of course, the reaper of celebrity souls, even minor country star celebrities, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. How old was Lulu?
Lulu was 78.
Oh. Well, she was a lovely woman, I understand.
She was one of a kind.
An original.
She will be missed.
Yes. Frank is a Grim Reaper, and he is, as you would picture a Grim Reaper, a skeleton with he's wearing the robe and the hood, carries a scythe, but he's got a little bit of an update. He goes around in an electric scooter, which I think is great.
I love the environment, and I don't like horses.
And you love our precious celebrities.
Yes.
It makes you feel so bad to have to go take them.
Lulu's with Grandpa Jones now.
Yes. And Roy and all.
Roy.
Yeah. Buck. Yeah.
Green Bean.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Frank joins us every weekday to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
It's a macabre game wherein Frank gives me a list of 4 actors, and 3 of the actors on the list he gives me.
They're just fine.
And he's happy to report that. But it's sad for Frank because one of the celebrities on this list is dead.
Oh.
Frank claimed this person's essence some time ago.
It's usually too soon.
Yeah. And now a contestant has to figure out who the dead celebrity is to win a prize. And who's the contestant?
John is here.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm great. How are you 3?
I'm fine, just fine. How about you guys?
I'm fine.
How about you, Frank?
I felt better.
Okay. John.
And I'm fine as well.
Okay.
I apologize.
Good. No, that's okay. John, if you can select the dead celebrity, you will win. What is it, Gina?
You will win tickets to see Silver Sun Pickups May 1st at the Union.
Nice. Now, because it's Al Pacino's birthday, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies with Al Pacino, the movies that Al Pacino starred in. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay. By the way, 56 movies Al Pacino has made over 50 years.
One of our more precious celebrities.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Number 1 on this list, Lance Henriksen. He was Bishop in the Alien film franchise and Frank Black in the Fox TV series Millennium and The X-Files. Film credits include The Right Stuff, Terminator, Hard Target, The Quick and the Dead, Scream 3, and Falling. He has done voice work on several video games, including Call of Duty Modern Warfare. His Pacino movie, he is in Dog Day Afternoon. Number 1 is Lance Henriksen. Number 2, Kate Nelligan. She was nominated for a Tony Award 4 times. 4 times she was nominated for a Tony for Plenty, A Moon for the Misbegotten, Serious Money, and Spoils of War. Some of her films include The Romantic Englishwoman, Eye of the Needle, and Fatal Instinct. She's in the Al Pacino movie Frankie and Johnny. Number 2, Kate Nelligan. Number 3 is Dominic Chianese, best known for his roles as Corrado Jr. Soprano in The Sopranos, Uncle June, Johnny Ola in The Godfather Part 2, and Leander Whitlock in Boardwalk Empire. He appeared in a lot of Broadway musicals, including Oliver. He was in several Al Pacino movies, including The Godfather 2, Dog Day Afternoon, Justice for All, and Looking for Richard. Number 3 is Dominic Chianese. And number 4 is Bruno Kirby. He was also in City Slickers, When Harry Met Sally, The Freshman, Sleepers, Good Morning Vietnam, Modern Romance, and This is Spinal Tap. On TV, he appeared in Homicide, Life on the Streets, and Entourage. His Pacino movies, he was in Godfather 2, and he was in Donnie Brasco. Number 4, Bruno Kirby. All right, John, which one of those actors is dead?
I'm going to go with Bruno.
You're right. Bruno Kirby.
No.
Too soon.
Yeah,
Too
he was
soon.
died in 2006. He was only 57. I forgot. I guess he just had a heart. Oh no, I think it was leukemia. I think that's what I read. So there you go. You win the tickets for Silver Sun Pickups, John. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hang on, and Katie will tell you what you need to do.
Oh, Bruno Kirby.
Uncle June is 94.
Yes.
You know, he's well known as a singer as well.
Oh, he's got a lovely voice.
Yes, he does.
Well, Al is 85 today.
Al Pacino.
I'm not really worried about Al right now.
No.
He just had a baby.
It's true.
I didn't know.
Like
I didn't know he could even get pregnant.
The one I'm really worried about is Talia Shire.
Oh, speaking of Godfather people.
Yeah, 79 today.
Oh yeah.
Go check on Talia Shire. You know, Al Pacino, he's keeping Hair Club for Men alive.
Yeah, it's
and well.
okay, Al, to let that go.
It's okay. Let it go, Gray. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
No traffic impeding Frank there, and none impeding you, as far as I can see. I'm looking at the UDOT cameras. Everything looks like it's moving great. If you see something, though, that's not moving great, that's stuck, that's the debris in the road, free ladders, that kind of thing, you can text us if it's safe for you to text and let us know, 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
You'll do that remote on Monday.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether
Doesn't matter if it's raining or not.
I mean, sometimes I will go wash my car just to get the layer of dust off it, even if it is a little. But and I like to get the inside clean too. So.
Well, and the weather's good today to buy a hot tub.
Oh, that's right. I don't have your
Hot Tub Factory Outlet.
Let's see. No, I don't have.
Up in Farmington
yeah.
today. 2 to 4.
2 to 4.
I
Gary Jackson, hot tub.
I warned them that when I do the breaks on the radio, I will yell, Hot Tub Factory Outlet!
Yeah, of course.
Between 2 and 4 today. All right, Sean Means is arriving. He will tell us about the movies that are opening this weekend and what he thinks of them. Coming up. Stand by.
Like Junior and Santaquin did.
Santaquin.
Yeah, texted in and said, movies, what's up? I said, it's right here. Here it
Junior.
comes.
All right. Let's see. It's time for Sean Mead's movie reviews, brought to you by
X96 welcomes the Catalyst Music Festival to the Davis Catalyst Center on May 3rd, featuring Riffwood, Valhalla, Misdemeanor, and many other bands. Todd Newcomb will have some tickets to give away a little bit later today, or you can learn more at x96.com.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Film reviewer and news hound, Sean Means. He's a writer and editor at the Salt Lake Tribune. You can find his... You don't really see his hand in the editing at all, really.
Well, that's the hope.
Yeah, that's the hope. But you'll see sometimes stories that Sean has written with byline, sltrib.com, and movie reviews always to be found at moviecricket.net. And what movies have we got today?
We got 3 to talk about today. We will start with The Accountant 2. Does anybody remember The Accountant?
No.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
It came out in 2016. Ben Affleck as a savant math wizard who works as an accountant for the mob.
I don't believe it.
Digging into other people's mistakes, figuring out ways to hide money where nobody will find it, that sort of thing. I had to look up my old review to remember details on this thing. Because I'd forgotten things like the fact that J.K. Simmons was in it. Not J.K. Rowling.
So it did well enough to demand a sequel?
That I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Maybe Ben demanded a sequel.
Yeah. So J.K. Simmons was like the treasury agent chasing him down in the first movie.
Okay.
And he's back in this movie. He's retired, but he's working as a private eye.
All right.
And he's investigating something about a missing Salvadoran family or something or other, and he gets killed early on. And the last thing he does before he dies is he writes on his arm, "Find the accountant." And so his old protege is still in the Treasury, and so she calls up. She finds Ben Affleck, which is not easy to do.
Yeah, apparently not.
Yeah, he finds you sort of.
He's at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, he's in an Airstream trailer with a big arsenal in the back. I don't. That was in the first movie too.
Okay.
All these things. It's like. I actually watched this movie. I have proof of it. I wrote the review, but yeah.
Wild.
So trying to figure out, chase down what the clues are that J.K. Simmons left behind, and things get and has to beat up a few people along the way.
Of course.
But when things get really rough, he calls in his brother, who is played by John Bernthal.
I love John Bernthal.
Who was also in the first movie.
He was?
As an assassin.
Okay.
As a hitman. And
sure, why not?
But his hitman brother, so there's like...
Oh, it's his brother.
His brother, the hitman. So the two of them go, yeah. Mm-hmm. And this all ends up with a lot of machine guns and nothing making any sense whatsoever. What it feels like to me is that Affleck decided he needed his John Wick. He needed the franchise that he could gravy train for a while, and this is what he had available.
All right,
2 stars.
Wow,
for The Accountant.
It
2.
sounds really stupid.
Yeah. Really stupid is a good way to put it. Yes, it's not good. 2 stars for The Accountant 2.
All right. Well, let's move on to something maybe a little better.
The Shrouds.
The Shrouds.
This is David Cronenberg, who was doing body horror when the substance was just a gleam in its director's eye.
Yep.
Vincent Cassel here stars as Karsh. He's an inventor whose latest creation is a system to download a visual of a dead person in their grave.
Ooh.
And he's doing this because he's obsessed with his late wife, played by Dion Kruger.
He wants to see her in the ground.
Wants to see what she's looking like in there decomposing.
Weird.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Huh?
He misses her.
He definitely misses her. Yes.
Well, you don't want to see her all rotted.
Yeah.
Well.
Misses her so much that he still hangs out with his dead wife's sister.
Oh.
Also played by Dion Kruger.
Okay.
He starts finding it hard to tell the difference between reality and dreams, and his dead wife pops up a lot in his dreams. So, and as the elements of the disease that killed her play out, she's sort of literally collapsing on herself, and this is perfect sort of David Cronenberg material.
Yeah.
So, Cronenberg seems to know that when you see this movie, you realize it's like he knows that the edge of what we will tolerate in body horror has probably been reached with the substance. So he's deciding to go the other way. He sort of digs into the dark humor of it all. It doesn't always work, but it is fascinating to watch him try. I can't really explain much more than that, in part because I still don't know if I understand it. 3 stars.
3
for the
stars
Shrouds.
for the Shrouds.
It's over at the Broadway, as you might have imagined.
Of course.
All right.
Yes.
The Legend of Ochi.
The Legend of Ochi. This is a children's adventure that has the feeling of a classic fairy tale, and it seems it's the sort of thing like grown-ups might actually enjoy this more than the kids because
Really?
they'll get it on more levels. We're on a remote island in Carpathia, and that's an actual place. Yuri is a teen girl. She's the only girl among the kids her father is teaching to hunt. He has all these protege young boys that he's teaching to hunt, and what he's teaching them to hunt are these strange creatures called the Ochi, who they learn to fear.
Okay.
Now, Dad is played by Willem Dafoe.
Now, this is live action?
This is live action,
Okay.
yes. Dad is played by Willem Dafoe. So, however weird you thought this movie was going to be, at about 10
I
degrees.
was going to say, it just got weirder.
Yeah, he's not warm, fuzzy dad.
No, he's well, he is and he isn't. It's. I mean, I love Willem Dafoe. I think he's like one of the most amazing actors we have, and I've met him in person. In person, he's the nicest guy. But he does go for the weird, which is very cool. So Yuri finds a baby Ochi has sort of landed with her in her backpack, and discovers they're not really dangerous. That they just want to live in peace and harmony, and mostly just live away from those humans because they're nothing but trouble.
I mean, you can't blame them.
So yeah, he
So they have a baby, and then what?
There's a baby Ochi, and she's trying to get the baby Ochi back to
what do these Ochi look like?
Sort of lemur like, and they with like blue faces, and the way it's done is beautiful. It's mostly puppets.
Oh, really?
With the the puppeteers are all in like green screen outfits and so on, so that they're edited out and so on. But it's really charming. That I have not seen puppetry this detailed and this sort of authentic in a long time. That really you lose yourself in it. You don't think about the technical prowess that's happening here. You're just thinking about these cute little animals. Where did they find those?
Cool. Yeah, and that's how they succeeded.
They did it very well. It's a very charming movie. The kid is played by her name's Helena Zengel. She's a great teen actress. She was in the movie a few years ago with Tom Hanks, News of the World.
Oh, okay.
If you remember that one.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, blonde girl.
Little blonde girl. Yeah. 3.5 stars for The Legend of Ochi, and it's playing at a lot of theaters around town. It's really beautiful. Seriously, a good family movie.
I haven't seen any marketing for it.
It actually premiered at Sundance. Yeah,
interesting.
It was the one kids movie. It was the one Sundance Kids entry in the festival this year.
All right. So you got The Accountant 2 stars, Shrouds 3 stars, and The Legend of Ochi 3.5 stars. All right, next week.
It's summer. It's the 1st of May or 2nd of May.
Yep.
It's
Free
time,
comic book day.
Time for Thunderbolts.
Okay.
The new Marvel. Marvel's attempt to do Suicide Squad.
They're A24.
Huh?
Their A24 movie is what they're calling it.
Oh, is that what they're calling it?
Because all the people involved are somehow tangentially.
Yeah. Well, because Florence Pugh was in Midsommar, is that what they're doing?
No, I saw a list. It made sense.
And Sebastian Stan was in stuff. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Some of it was filmed in Utah. There's one car sequence that was filmed down in Emery County.
Oh.
So yeah.
Is The Surfer about surfing?
The Surfer is about something about surfing. It's also about Nicolas Cage.
Uh-oh.
And so, yeah, was right. I saw the trailer and the ad. I saw the trailer last night, and it's like Nicolas Cage eventually gets pushed to his limit.
Good.
I didn't know he had one.
Yes.
Only good taste.
I like him no matter what.
Yeah.
And then what is Bonjour Trieste?
Bonjour Trieste is based on a famous novel. I don't know much about it other than it's got Chloe Sevigny.
Oh, well, okay.
And looks very French.
All right.
That's all you need
It
to
sounds
know.
very French.
Yes.
All right, is that it?
Better alert the Broadway cinema.
That's pretty much it. Nobody big wants to go up against Thunderbolts.
Don't blame them. Yeah.
All right, Sean Means, you can find all of his stuff at moviecricket.net and read the Salt Lake Tribune, sltrib.com.
Yes, thank you. Traffic cheetah.
Gosh, it's just a great commute. You should go out and drive today because it's going to be harder tomorrow with the marathon going on. Run your errands today, I would say, and do it right now because I don't have any slowdowns. I have no accidents. Everything just looks great. And Infiniteam hasn't reported anything either. That's you, folks. Whatever you're seeing on the roads, it's helpful when you text us and let us know. Oftentimes that happens before UDOT even lets us know. So please send that in, 33986. Don't pay for tires and oil changes ever again. Get tires and oil changes for life with every new Mazda purchase from Bountiful Mazda. See Bountiful Mazda today for details.
All right, here are the boner candidates you'll be voting for in just a matter of moments. Boner candidate number 1. Always justify your actions and never, ever apologize. Boner candidate number 2. This pardon is a slap in the face lift. And boner candidate number 3, golf ballin' and skunk killing.
Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by for all of that.
Oh, it's the damn contest. Why do we call it that? Well, because
it's inconvenient for us.
But for you, you could win $1,000. And we give you several chances to have a better chance of winning. Oh, the way that works is at 7:15, thereabouts, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15, we'll give you a different keyword. Now, if you listen all day and catch all those keywords, that's 4 entries a day into the contest. See how that works? So the more you enter, the increasing your chances of winning. It's just pure bribery to get you to listen longer. All the rules are at x96.com. This is a national contest. I'm going to give you a keyword and a special text number. That number is 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000 for a chance to win $1,000 in cash. The keyword is SAVE. SAVE. S-A-V-E. SAVE. Text that to 508-777-1000 for your chance to win $1,000 in this nationwide contest.
All right. Boner of the day coming up after these. Stand by. UtahAdvocates.com.
Utah Advocates, local attorneys, local personal injury attorneys, and they really will help you. If you've been hurt in an accident, and you know it's not your fault, call the Advocates, 801-355-5550, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You could call them at 2 in the morning. Or maybe it's not you that's been in the accident. Maybe it's a family member.
Exactly.
You want to find out if you have a case. Well, if the Advocates take your case, they will never charge you a dime out of pocket. They will work on your case, recover the compensation you deserve, and then they will take their a little cut of that when they get you the settlement. And the Advocates also are very helpful in the community. They're trying to help fill the shelves at the Murray Children's Pantry. It provides meals to those in need, no questions asked. So if you can take food to the pantry, please do. But probably the best way is to donate money via Venmo at Advocates Donations. The Advocates. It's the cat eating the red pepper.
Yep.
Red bell pepper.
It sounds like a Wolverine.
He loves that. It's cooked. It's cooked somehow. It's softened up. But it's a whole red bell pepper.
I knew a cat once that liked canned diced beets.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never known or owned an animal, cat or dog, that eats vegetables in any way. Because I saw a video that was also satisfying sound. It was 2 dachshunds, and they were wearing some kind of costume, and they were lying on their back, and they had stalks of celery, and they were they were loving the stalks of celery. And
I've seen a dog eat an apple.
So we've got about 16 deer up at the farm that have just decided that they're going to winter there.
In the Ogden Valley.
Yes. And they're eating the trees, which is a problem, but...
Shoot them!
But my husband was cleaning out the fridge, and we had some old broccoli in there, and he's like, "Oh, I'll toss this out to the hungry deer. Surely they'll..." The broccoli is still sitting... They didn't...
You should probably check and see if the broccoli is harmful to them, because sometimes animals will eat things that,
I thought-
like deer will eat. There's a plant. They'll come down and eat people's shrubs, and
Yeah.
it'll kill them.
Now I should specify. I'm talking standalone fruits or vegetables because we made our dog food for a long time, and it was a combination of a lot of stuff like rice, and then we'd throw in the California frozen, the triple. It's the carrots and the broccoli and the I can't remember which
Carrots
one it is.
and bell. It's the Trinity.
The
bell pepper, carrots, and
we throw that in there with some chicken, and we mixed it all together. We made and that's when they would eat it. But I'm talking a standalone, like this cat eating.
Hand them a pepper.
It's like, here you go, kitty. Here's a stalk of celery or a carrot.
And you're talking about specifically carnivores.
Yeah.
You're not going to be surprised to see a deer eat a
Well,
bell
no,
pepper.
sure.
No, I would expect it. That's why I'm getting this broccoli thing
Deer
about the
wouldn't
deer.
eat the
It surprises
broccoli.
me.
Like it's winter, you're starving.
Katie says our dog Vax, who is in there right now, loves carrots, cucumbers, fruits.
Katie, we need a video of Vax eating a carrot or something like
It gives him the runs.
Broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, the California frozen vegetable
Oh, that.
bag. Yeah.
Oh. I thought you meant the New Orleans Trinity Mirepoix.
No.
But this video, Carrie, this will be my my soothing.
Isn't it
video.
soothing?
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, it's okay. It's not as good as the monkey breaking green beans, snapping green beans.
No.
But I'll take this one. And my wife thinks that it's because your broccoli smells like man that they're staying away from it.
It's man broccoli, Bambi. Man broccoli.
Just would think this winter has been so rough that anything green they would just eat
I
it.
just
and
Googled,
no.
will deer eat broccoli?
They won't. I have
It
evidence.
says here, when food is scarce, deer will eat just about anything, including okra, hot peppers. Vegetables that deer seem to prefer include beans, lettuce, cabbage, and coal crops such as broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. The reason, Gina, they're not eating the broccoli is that the trees are handy.
They're eating the trees.
Yeah.
That's convenient right now.
Maybe they're tucking the broccoli away for.
Well, you need to explain to them they need to eat it while it's fresh.
Yeah.
Because,
It's man broccoli,
you
Bambi.
let it sit out
Bambi.
there too much longer. All right, here we go. See, this is. There we go. Ah,
Monkey snapping.
It's the monkey snapping green beans.
snapping green beans.
Oh, I
And
didn't.
he's helping make dinner.
Yes.
I didn't know maybe he's a slave monkey.
No, it looks like he's got a nice house there and everything.
Well, yeah, but he might be owned by people who put him to this slave labor.
know. I think
Maybe
this-
he doesn't want to be there.
I think this is his house.
Oh, he lives with the fireplace?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's his place. He's
He's a well-to-do monkey.
Oh, yes. Well, look how nicely
He's a well-to-do.
Well, look at his coat. I mean,
Yeah, that is a nice cup.
he's groomed. He's doing good.
And actually, just not having a monkey snapping peas, but snapping peas is a satisfying.
beans.
It can be, yeah, beans.
Is a satisfying.
It is
activity.
I find it the most tedious job in the world.
No, because it's like, you get it right in the sweet spot, and there
Oh,
it
but
goes.
no, I mean, but you have to snip the ends off. That's what I find tedious. Snipping them.
Let's see. My dog's treats are carrots. He loves them. My dogs eat all sorts of veggies: carrots, spinach, peppers, zucchini. They'll eat almost anything. And see, my dogs, I guess they're picky. They get excited when we have pizza because they get the crust.
But do you ever really just give them a vegetable to eat and see if
I
they
tried.
will? You
Yeah.
did?
They didn't want it.
Don't want it. Don't care. Nope. Don't want it.
It's like cats can be so damn picky. I'm not. As a matter of fact, with a cat, you feeding them one thing, and if you decide you're going to change their food, you have to do it gradually.
Yes.
Mix it in a little
Yes.
bit.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Although the latest drama in our house,
What?
Ripley, the water witch.
What?
She demands fresh water to the point where she has to see you put the water in the bowl. Otherwise, she won't touch it.
Have you tried a bubbler? I have a bubbler for the cat.
Maybe a bubbler would work. I don't know, but
That's funny.
She will stare at the water bowl and then look at you, then stare at the water bowl and then look at you. And so you got to get up, get the bowl, and
She's
go.
letting you know what she wants.
And you go into the kitchen because she doesn't like the bathroom water.
She can tell a difference?
Yeah, go into the kitchen, make sure you see, and fill it up, and then take it, and she's right on you the entire time.
Do you throw an ice cube in it just to give it a little...
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Many dogs and cats like to drink out of the toilet
Mm-hmm.
because it's cold. Yeah.
Ripley's not tall enough.
Essentially fresh.
Mhm.
Essentially.
I used to take an apple to work for a snack, and I'd bring it home when I didn't eat it. My dog would steal it out of my bag.
I think you try a bubbler. They're nice because you only have to pour a pitcher of water in them every day or so, every couple of days. And when they get low on water, they start to make a sound that sounds like you have a little running brook in your house.
I worry that the next thing that'll happen is I'll have to be giving the dog Perrier water because it's bubbled. You know, that's what I'm worried about. It's a slippery slope, Bill.
Okay.
Especially with the princess. All right. You didn't need to hear "Loser" again.
No,
that's reason enough right there.
Beck's got tons of hits.
Lots of them. All right, 7:23. Time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, April 25, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
All right, here's Boner candidate number 1. Always justify your actions and never, ever apologize. That's the response to this. The wife of wrongly deported Salvadoran father living in Maryland has had to be moved to a safe house after Trump's administration posted a court document that included her address on social media. In an interview with the Washington Post, Gilmar Abrego Garcia's wife, Jennifer Vasquez Sura, said she began fearing for her safety and the safety of her 3 children after the Department of Homeland Security shared a protective order from 2021 that prominently featured her address to the department's 2.4 million followers on Twitter. Quote, "I don't feel safe when the government posts my address, the house where my family lives, for everyone to see, especially when this case has gone viral and people have all sorts of opinions," she told the Washington Post. "So this is definitely a bit terrifying. I am scared for my kids."
Yes.
A statement from the Department of Homeland Security to The Independent said, "These are public documents that anybody could get access to."
So we put them out there.
After a series of court rulings criticized the administration for failing to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return to the U.S. from prisons in El Salvador, the White House and administration officials have sought to justify his detention by publicly introducing allegations of criminality against him, none of which have been submitted to the court. Democratic officials and advocates argue that Abrego Garcia was denied due process to fight such claims in court after the administration defied a 2019 court order that blocked his removal from the United States.
And that's the big thing here is the due process.
Yeah,
he may or may not be a good guy.
Yeah.
But he has the right to stand before a judge and be presented evidence, and then it's decided.
Well, the government has instead tried to argue that allegations against Abrego Garcia are enough to deport him. He was detained by immigration and swiftly deported to El Salvador. They have characterized him as violent MS-13 gang member involved in human trafficking. The White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt labeled him a woman beater Now, there was a protective order filed by his wife in 2021 after her husband hit her while they were in a car together. Vasquez Sura dissolved the order about a month later, said, I don't need it anymore. We've had some difficulties in our relationship, largely due to financial stress, but he's a good father, and everything is okay. But she said it doesn't justify federal agents abducting him, deporting him to a country where he was supposed to be protected from deportation, and posting my address.
Yeah, which was not by accident.
No. Yeah.
You know.
Boner candidate number 1, always justify your actions and never, ever apologize. Here's boner candidate number 2. This pardon is a slap in the facelift. Donald Trump has pardoned a Nevada Republican politician who was awaiting sentencing on federal charges that she used money meant for a statue honoring a slain police officer for personal costs, including plastic surgery.
He pardoned her.
Yeah,
Why
Michelle
are you
Fiore.
okay with that?
Michelle Fiore, a former Las Vegas City Councilwoman and state lawmaker who ran unsuccessfully for 2022 for state treasurer, was found guilty in October of 6 counts of federal wire fraud, 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. She was out of custody ahead of her sentencing, which had been scheduled for next month. In a lengthy statement Thursday on Facebook, the loyal Trump supporter expressed gratitude to the president while also accusing the U.S. government and select media outlets of a broad, decade-long conspiracy to target and dismantle her life.
You mean tell the truth?
The White House confirmed that Fiore had been pardoned but didn't comment on the president's decision. The pardon issued Wednesday comes less than a week after Fiore lost a bid for a new trial. She'd been facing the possibility of decades in prison. Federal prosecutors said at trial that Fiore had raised more than $70,000 for the statue of a Las Vegas police officer who was fatally shot in 2014 in the line of duty, but had instead spent some of it on cosmetic surgery, rent, and her daughter's wedding. Michelle Fiore used a tragedy to line her pockets, federal prosecutor Dahoud Asghar said.
How are you okay with that?
Trump pardoned her.
Boner candidate number 2. This pardon is a slap in the facelift. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, goofballin' and skunk killing.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Quickly, we have best question coming up. Are we okay?
Oh, we forgot to ask for those. No, if you want to send us a question, email us right now, radiofromhell@x96.com. You can ask us anything, and we may or may not answer it, but ask anything.
Ask and we might answer.
And who knows? How about this, Katie? I know we have our new mugs. Whoever's question we read, we'll give them a new Radio from Hell Diner style mug. How about that?
All right.
So send us a best question.
radiofromhell@x96.com.
All right. Big boy news and Opinioendo now, brought to you by...
Waterproof your home with Baseco, because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue. From sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations, each solution backed by a guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
A star of RuPaul's Drag Race has had to have her right leg amputated.
Oh.
Bianca Castro, who goes by the stage name Jiggly Caliente, has endured a serious health setback, which resulted in her losing most of her right leg.
There she is.
Drag star Jiggly Caliente. The family of Bianca Castro is heartbroken to share that over the last month, Bianca, or Jiggly Caliente, has experienced serious health setbacks due to a severe infection. She was hospitalized and as a result has undergone the loss of most of her right leg. Because of these circumstances, Bianca will not be appearing in the upcoming season of RuPaul's Drag Race Philippines, nor will she be participating in any public engagements for the foreseeable future. Her recovery will be extensive. At this time, we kindly ask for privacy for Bianca and her family. Bianca's family and Drag House are deeply grateful for the continued outpouring of support, strength, and prayers. I don't see that they're asking for any financial support, but just please respect our privacy. People have responded online saying, "We love you, Jiggly," and we're sending all the love to Jiggles. So there you go. A charter school director who's not a drag queen is accused of producing and manufacturing child sex abuse material. Now, we talked about him yesterday. He's now facing federal charges as more details come to light. According to the new federal complaint, Jared Dullan Buckley, not a drag queen, originally was in possession of over 10,000 images of child sex abuse material, which is colloquially referred to as pornography, and was represented online that he could produce and distribute to others for profit. That's where the federal charges start to come in. Buckley had been placed on administrative leave as the lead director of a local Utah charter school called Leadership Learning Academy. Since 2014, he'd been there, and according to court documents, involved with several youth groups and sports teams, but he's not involved in any drag stuff, so at least there's that. The documents provided by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Salt Lake say that the FBI began an investigation back in October 2024 of an online persona known only as Emma, and that's how they tracked him down. So, let's see this is interesting. More than 400 university and college leaders across the country have signed on to a letter condemning the unprecedented attempts by Trump to control higher education.
Good.
Just one school president in Utah has added her name to that letter. Westminster University President Beth Dobkin, the only one who has any guts, who oversees the state's smallest traditional higher education institution, is the only Utah signee speaking out to defend the autonomy of schools from federal overreach. The same core values that have guided Westminster for the past 150 years are the same values that are under attack today. Authentic and inclusive affirmation of individual identities and knowledge from openness, questioning, discernment, and personal passion, she said in a statement to the Salt Lake Tribune. It's likely that Dobkin, who took the helm of that school in July of 2018, is the only school leader in the state who would join the effort without facing repercussions.
I was going to say, it's not a state school.
Yes, it's a private university.
And BYU's not going to say anything.
No, of course not. Late in 2023,
that doesn't leave a lot of other options.
Late in 2023, the state, with the backing of Governor Cox, formally approved a policy prohibiting Utah's public higher education leaders from taking any political stance. They must remain neutral on political, social, or unsettled issues that do not directly relate to the state's or to the institution's mission or role or pedagogical objectives. And there are graduation ceremonies going on in recent years. Utah State University, Weber State, and the University of Utah have helped organize and host mini graduation celebrations focused on certain subsets of their respective communities. So like little smaller graduation ceremonies for Latino, LGBTQ, and other students, for instance. Affinity celebrations is what they're called. They're meant by proponents as complementary to main commencement exercises as a means of marking graduation and the particular challenges that members of certain subgroups may have overcome.
Well, isn't that nice?
En route to get no.
Oh,
it
it's
is
not.
No.
We can't have that.
No, we
can't have nice things. Okay.
They've been a staple at many universities across the country and still are at some. With the elimination of diversity initiatives at Utah's public universities, mandated by House Bill 261 last year, the 2025 graduation season marks the first in the state without such activities. Graduation activities are starting with Southern Utah in Cedar holding its commencement exercises Thursday. Others across Utah set for the coming days. Weber State is not hosting any affinity celebrations. We can't engage in prohibited discriminatory practices per House Bill 261. Which includes promoting differential treatment of individuals based on personal identity characteristics, said Brian Magana, spokesman for the Weber State. Healthcare workers at the University of Utah University of Utah police are addressing a concerning trend that has been presented by healthcare workers at the University of Utah. There's been an increase in assaults on campus. We want to make sure that this is definitely a safe place to live and learn and work, said Captain Brian Lork of the University of Utah Campus Police. The types of assaults that we're seeing are on our nurses, our healthcare workers within the facilities. I believe it's a national trend also, not only the assaults, but the underlying causes, Lorky said. The causes are probably that there's just a lot of stress in the world right now, and that's causing people to act in bad ways. The university has embedded 3 police officers directly within the hospital with plans to add more within a month.
That is wild.
That's terrible. Donald Trump signed an order to accelerate the mining of seabeds in U.S. waters. Okay, that's great. accelerate permits for mining, exploration, and extraction of seabed resources within the ocean. Let's see. Walgreens has agreed to a $300 million settlement in an opioid lawsuit with the Department of Justice. And finally this. A man is walking 53 miles in a homemade bird costume.
What?
To raise awareness and funds for conservation projects.
Okay.
Matt Trevelyan, a farming officer for Nidderdale National Landscape, I believe this is in England, began the 2-day challenge on last Saturday. He's been walking along Nidderdale Way. He crafted a 10-foot-long costume of an Eurasian curlew, Europe's largest wading bird.
10-foot-long costume?
Yeah, he made it out of polystyrene and bamboo. Mr. Trevelyan said, "Those who know me well know that I was eventually going to build a giant curlew. She's a real beauty."
Those who knew me well.
Yeah.
You know what he's going to do someday.
He's going to build a giant bird costume is what he's going to do.
She's a real beauty. I wanted to represent curlews well because, well, they're such beautiful birds. The challenge coincides with World Curlew Day.
Yeah, aren't we all celebrating?
It was this past Monday. I had my celebration at home, which was created by Mary Caldwell in 2017 to raise awareness of the dangers that curlews face due to habitat loss, land use changes, and climate pressures. He started in Patley Bridge, and he's walking through Middlesmoor, Gruescliff, and Burnham Rocks.
Are those real places? I
Yeah.
don't think
Lord
they
of the
did.
Rings
Oh.
map locations.
He said, Nidderdale is really a stronghold for curlews. In
Stronghold.
In fact, the whole Pennine chain is a stronghold. But like other former strongholds, there's been a huge decline in curlews. In the breeding season, getting chicks to fledgling state is a problem. So curlews are really seriously on the decline.
Okay.
So
I'm
there you go.
more caught up in the fact that this costume is 10 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Couldn't he have made a smaller, easier to walk in one?
let's see. He's got. Let's see if there's a description of it here. Oh, he's a former puppet maker. So it's got a 4-foot-long curved bill, which I'm quite worried about snagging in the trees on the way.
Well, yes.
Or tripping over.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it's snapping.
dangerous.
But I've got a splint, and I've got strong tape in case that happens.
Okay.
It's very lightweight, luckily, but I'm a bit worried about getting up on the tops because it's quite windy today. If it takes off, that's a victory. I've made something that can fly, and that's really good news, he said of his curlew costume.
I don't think he thought this through. Anyway, weather traffic.
Just gorgeous weekend. Looks like 76, a little breezy today, but warm and sunny. Tomorrow, even sunnier, high of 75. Then Sunday into Monday is when things change a bit, about a 60% chance of showers starting on Sunday, 80% chance on Monday, and quite a bit cooler on Monday, only 57 for a high there. And I don't know what's going on with traffic. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Fridays are usually lighter than
Yeah.
most, but
Not a slowdown or an accident to be found, and Infiniteam hasn't found any either. You guys haven't sent anything in, so let's see if we can keep it that way, everybody. It's certainly nice for all. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Golf balling and skunk killing. There are two. There's one fact left out of this story that I hope we can resolve at some point. But this is Fillmore, Utah. 2 people have been arrested after allegedly throwing golf balls with derogatory comments written on them into a yard. They have also been charged with killing a skunk. Cherie Jean Wilden and Michael Huntsman were booked into the Millard County Jail on Wednesday for investigation of aggravated cruelty to an animal, causing property damage, theft, drug possession, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Ms. Wilden was arrested also on suspicion of an additional charge of assault on a police officer and interfering with an officer. The unusual investigation began Tuesday when sheriff's deputies were called to a place in Fillmore on a report of, quote, multiple golf balls which had derogatory comments written on them that had been thrown into a yard, according to a police booking affidavit. The affidavit does not say what types of comments were written on the golf balls. That's what we need to find out.
yeah, we need to know.
On Wednesday, deputies were called to a report of 2 people sleeping illegally behind a building. I arrived at the property and I located a bucket of golf balls behind the building, the affidavit says. Ms. Wilden and Mr. Huntsman were then spotted nearby carrying golf clubs and walking away. When a deputy stopped to talk to them, Huntsman claimed that he had taken the golf balls from a nearby course, according to the affidavit. While questioning the couple, the deputy was called back to the residence, and there were additional evidence was found, including more golf balls. I arrived and observed multiple golf balls in the yard. I also observed a dead skunk, which had baling twine around its neck, as well as a hypodermic needle in its neck, the deputy wrote.
Jeez, these little jerks.
While talking to another resident on the street, deputies told Wilden and Huntsman had taken his dog during the evening, and he said his dog smelled like a skunk when he went to feed it before he went to work. Deputies attempted to take Wilden into custody, but she kicked the deputy in the chest. Multiple deputies then put her in restraints and arrested her. Huntsman was also arrested. The golf balls, the drugs, the golf clubs, they were all confiscated, but we still don't know what was written on those golf balls. Boner candidate number 3, golf ballin' and skunk killin'.
People are weird. All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, always justify your actions. I never, ever apologize. This is the story of the wrongfully deported Salvadoran father living in Maryland, and his wife, who's in Maryland. She's had to locate to a safe house because the government published her address, and she'd been getting hate.
That's on purpose.
Threats and so forth.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 2, this pardon is a slap in the face lift. Trump has pardoned a Nevada Republican politician. She was waiting sentencing on federal charges that she had used money meant for a statue honoring a slain police officer. She used it for plastic surgery and other personal costs. And Trump pardoned her. And Boner candidate number 3, golf ballin' and skunk killin'.
There you go. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, April 25, 2025. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Pretty easy to do. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, April 25, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Now, we got Best Question of the Week coming up after these messages. If you would like to submit your question, do it now. Radio from Hell at x96.com. And then at 8 o'clock, have another drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy. Beat Gina coming up at about 8:20 for prizes as well. All right, you've got less than 300 seconds. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day. Vote.
So, Friday, I saw all of the wonderful pictures that people took of the aurora. Which were everywhere.
The Aurora Borealis.
And I said, I want to see that. And there were reports, oh, you're going to be able to see it again on Saturday. So I said to Joe, oh, let's go up to Huntsville. I bet you can see it really, really good up there.
Sure.
So we went up, and everything I read said best time to view it is between midnight and 3.
That's what I was told, yeah.
So we just decided to watch TV until midnight, and then we took our chairs out into the pasture, and we sat there for an hour and a half. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out later, I saw pictures that people had taken at like 10:30.
Yeah.
Which we didn't even bother to look at 10:30 because we thought,
and what I was understanding is that you couldn't see it with the naked eye.
To look with your camera.
That you had to look with your camera.
Which we were doing, because I had heard that too. So we
right.
were looking with our camera. So it didn't, but then I thought, I saw so many pictures of it, I feel like
you were there.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
But it would have been cool to see it in person. But from where the tree farm is, you can look up and see Trapper's Loop. I bet there were 100 cars up there. We saw waiting, doing the same thing we were
where
doing.
you turn off to go to Snow Basin.
Yeah, because some of the greatest pictures I saw was Snow Basin had taken on Friday.
Nice.
So we didn't see that. So we spend the night, Saturday night, get up Mother's Day morning, and go to the Chevron there. get a drink on our way out of town. I just said, I'm going to run in, and I need a Diet Coke for the road. So by myself, I go into the Chevron, and I go and I get myself a fountain Diet Coke, and I come to the counter, and the nice woman at the counter says, "That's on us. Happy Mother's Day."
Nice.
Which was very nice. However, I wasn't standing there with my children.
Yeah. How did she?
Do I look like a mother? Like, do you look at me and go,
Yeah.
she has
Sure.
children?
Yeah. 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 You look like a mother.
I do?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say because I know you are. But,
I know. This
but
is what I'm saying.
yeah,
Do I give off a
it's
big-time mom vibe?
It's hard for me to be objective here.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I was appreciative of the drink.
You should have challenged it. You should have said, I don't have any children.
I mean, my uterus is gone. I don't have one of those anymore.
You can't show that.
You can't show that.
You know? Yeah, well, it's,
I mean, I wasn't offended. I kind of was like, are you giving every woman that comes in here a free drink? That is also nice.
I think probably.
So my wife could have went and got it.
This is what I'm saying.
I think probably that's
So-
what they were doing.
Just
You're-
letting.
So I think I have to wait a year, but I need your wife to do an experiment next year. Try to go get free things on Mother's Day.
She hasn't gotten a Dr. Pepper in a long time.
No,
so.
yeah, have her go a year from now. I need her to try to go get a Dr. Pepper. And and I talked to Festus several times yesterday, my sailor son, because not only is it Mother's Day, it's the anniversary of his boat accident.
Oh, it is?
How's his leg?
His stupidest accident ever?
Yeah. He said it still hurts sometimes, but it's healed pretty well. But he kept calling me because he said, I ordered your present. Has it arrived yet? Like, no, hasn't arrived. Finally.
Oh, I saw it.
No.
Didn't I see that video?
No.
Oh.
That he made. That was my video he made for me a couple years ago for Mother's Day. I just reposted every Mother's Day. If you want to see the greatest cameo video, go to my Twitter feed and it's there. But I still have not received his present, so he sent me a screenshot, and it's much like the Kerry Jackson present. I think I might just tell my kids this from now on. Just send me a picture of something you think I want. So I got a picture of, it's flowers, but it's also Oreo cookies that say "I love you, Mom" on them. You can get anything you want printed on an Oreo cookie. So I don't know if I will ever actually get them at my house, but
you can print anything you want on an Oreo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I'm sure within reason, but they will print special.
off.
Yeah, they will print special. Yeah. So I'm hoping someday I actually receive these Oreo cookies.
This cookie may kill you.
A lot of people texting in about your mom vibes. It was the Diet Coke.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what one text says. Another one is, reminder, you are a local celebrity. Maybe she recognized you.
That occurred to me as well.
Maybe.
Don't worry, Gina. In a reverse situation, I do not have children at the age of 35, but I have a dad bod, so everybody looks at me and assumes I have children. And then
33986.
all right, 7:50. Let's award boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by Orange Chicken.
And experience the Clark Planetarium Dome Theater laser light shows with two special events, Laser AC/DC and Laser Taylor Swift, every Friday and Saturday now through the end of May at Clark Planetarium's Dome Theater.
Well, it was a fight between boner candidate number one, always justify your actions and never, ever apologize, and boner candidate number three, golf balling and skunk killing. And as I thought that actually, boner candidate number two, that this pardon is a slap in the facelift, did well. I mean, it got 76 votes, but it came in third.
Wow.
Winning by 7 votes with 147 votes. Boner candidate number three, golf balling and skunk killing.
Wow, and Ed's very upset about this.
Our attorney, Ed Brass?
Yes, he says, sadly lacking in the golf ball boner candidate is an explanation as to what writing
Right.
implement you would use
Yeah.
to write any kind of insult on something as small as a golf ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered details in that story.
A lot of them.
I hope they come forward.
Well, you guys voted for him for Boner of the Day, so it's too late. That's your Boner of the Day for today, April 25, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. It'll be decided by Dave the Flower Guy. He just comes in here at 9:50 this morning and just tells us who Boner of the Week is. Is this a sponsored feature?
X96 welcomes the Struts September 22nd at the Depot. Tickets are on sale now. Information and ticket links are all at x96.com.
Well, it's the best question of the week. We got a lot of questions here, but we decided on this one.
If you want to send one in, not for today, but for next time we do Best Question of the Week, just send it to radiofromhell at x96.com. Put put Best Question. You can send us must goes too there, but Best Question in the subject line. And we dangled a Radio from Hell diner style mug out for this person. This comes to us from Tasha, so I'll give this to you, Katie. You can get a hold of Tasha. Tasha says, what is the worst advice you ever gave, or something you were absolute about and then had to eat crow about?
This is really hard for me because I never lie and I'm always right.
Kerry said he had something.
I was wrong about Real Salt Lake.
I thought that same thing the other day. I was too.
I remember it was Crazy Mayor was in here, but he wanted to get all this.
Ralph Becker?
No. Rocky Anderson.
Oh, Rocky.
He wanted to give a lot of money to the stadium to build, and I said, you're throwing this tax dollar money to this millionaire, and soccer's never going to be that popular here in Utah. It's just not.
Yeah. I think I wrote an editorial about it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm
not wrong about Rocky. He's still crazy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I ran into Spence Check. I had spent some time with him. It was a couple of years ago. We were both judging a chili cook-off, and it was his dad that Dave Checketts that really sort of was spearheading all of that and got the soccer going here. And I said, I was really opposed to the. And he said, I know you were. And I said, I was wrong. I was wrong. He said, yeah, you were.
It's okay to admit you're wrong.
Yeah. It's the only time I can think of that I've been wrong.
You know, it's an intelligent person that's able to admit when they're wrong. Like that. Like I was not aware of that. I did not know that. That's something smart people do. Smart people don't always say they're right, Bill.
I know. Listen, I've said it. I've said before, and I really do mean it. I don't mind being wrong. If I'm wrong and somebody tells me I'm wrong about something, then I go, oh, real? Well, thank you.
I have a couple of things. My first one is dinner is not a gift.
Oh.
Remember when that was my... And
Yes.
I blame my mother for that because my mother used to say, dinner is not a gift. You can take me to dinner, but I still expect a gift. That's 1,000% wrong.
I know. And we always told you it was
You
1,000%.
did. But I was just parroting what my mother said. But no, a nice dinner is a wonderful gift.
You know what else is wrong? Parroting anything your mother says.
Dinner is a wonderful...
Yes, it is.
I almost can't think of a better gift than a nice meal out for somebody.
Well, $100 is better.
And $100 is... And then my other thing, the death penalty.
I've gone back and forth on that over the years.
I was like, yes, some people don't deserve to live. And I still believe that. But as long as we, don't have that
there's no
futuristic
way.
technology
Yeah.
of being able to actually know for sure whether somebody did it or not.
Well, it's not even that, Gina, though. It's unfairly applied. The death penalty is unfairly applied because there are people who are who can't afford a good defense.
I could decide. If you made me the decider, I would know.
But you know what I mean. Proportionately people of lower
Sure.
parts of society,
Sure.
and and they'd say, well, it's because they commit more heinous crimes. Well,
No.
not necessarily.
Another thing I was wrong about? Disco.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would
You've
have to
come around to disco?
Come around on disco.
I would have to echo that.
Yep.
Same thing. I hated it, and I applauded what's his name who burned all the disco records in the
Steve Dahl.
Yeah, Steve Dahl in the Chicago Stadium.
You've come around.
Yeah,
come around.
So we're having a report of slow traffic, I-15 northbound between Roy and Riverdale Road. Not sure if it's just construction or a crash, but that's the only, sort of maybe incident we're seeing out on the roads. If you know what's happening there or what's happening anywhere, you can text us and let us know. 33986.
One other thing that I was wrong about. I'm getting a face tattoo next week.
Oh,
so
okay.
I've been against face tattoos, but now I think I'm going to get one.
You're all in?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're right about that.
No, I mean, for me.
All right, have another drink with Jimmy the Wine Guy coming up after these messages. Stand by for that. Lim Jewelers, Gina.
Oh, Mother's Day is coming.
I wondered what was going on. Okay.
I don't know why you were wondering this. I mean, not that you have to wait for a holiday, but it's a good excuse to go visit our friends at Lim Jewelers. We love family-owned local businesses. They've been around for 75 years. The Lim family has been in the jewelry business. They're in Midvale, 574 East Fort Union Boulevard. Custom jewelry. So this is a perfect time to do a one-of-a-kind custom-made piece at Lim Jewelers. They have a ton of things there just available in their case, but kind of fun to maybe take a ring of grandma's and have it made into something else.
Oh,
that's kind of a fun thing to do. Lots of ready-to-go options for every budget, though, if you don't have something like that you want to custom make. If you do want a custom piece, you need to get in there soon to make sure it's ready in time for Mother's Day, or just go and check them out. Lim Jewelers, your local family-owned jeweler for 75 years in Midvale, 574 East Fort Union Boulevard.
Did you miss out on your favorite radio?
Drinking. Well, let me tell you.
In Payson.
In Payson. For over 70 years and 3 generations, the Maschio family has been producing Prosecco from their estate vineyards in the hills surrounding the commune of Conegliano? Building upon a love for time spent at the seaside with friends and family and their love of the Italian spritz tradition, the family created Almare Spritz in 2020.
Have another drink, it'll make you feel better. Have another drink and you feel alright. If you feel down and you're under the weather, have another drink and you feel alright.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the potentate of the Wine Academy of Utah. That's wineacademyofutah.com. It's Jimmy, the potentate Santangelo, and he's brought us this lovely aperitif.
Nice little spritz. Good morning. I've got your new summertime fling in a bottle right here. You're going to love this all summer long. This is Almare Spritz. This is based, it's out of Italy. It's prepackaged, full bottle, 16 bones at the wine store, readily available, slightly chilled. Have this in a glass over ice, slice of any fruit you have. We're complementing it with orange. That's what I recommend. 8% alcohol by volume. You get
so
this,
not much.
Not much. It's nice. So this in a straw, you're good to go.
And it's nice that it's all pre-mixed.
It's all pre-mixed.
I was going to say, ordinarily you'd have to mix this with the Prosecco. But,
what's nice is that, during the day, during the morning, late morning, people are coming over for brunch, this, that, and the other. Low alcohol. You've got a nice petulance, this little bubbly on the palate. You've got both a sweet and tart, that bitter and sweet tug-of-warring back and forth. Well, you have here the citrus fruits that really come through. You got like your orange pith, the peel and the citrusiness of an orange. But then there's also this herbaceousness thing going on in here as well, making for just a really nice aperitivo or late afternoon, late morning kind of little bubbly beverage.
It says here, aperitif. It's a pre-dinner cocktail. So thank you for the cocktail. Where's the dinner?
That's right. That's right.
You didn't bring any dinner.
I got a little breakfast in a glass. That's your orange there.
There's food there, Bill. This weekend would be a perfect time to get this. It's going to be warm, sunny today and tomorrow. So make you feel like summer's is just around the corner.
And what I like about this is bikini season's coming around the corner. Low alcohol, but also then low sugar. And that's really nice. There's not a ton of sugar added to this. That natural richness in there is from the varieties. It's based on the Galera grape variety, which is the white grape out of Prosecco that goes into your delicious Prosecco each and every day. This is based on that. That's the foundation of this beautiful premix, ready-to-drink beverage.
And it's very affordable. $15.99.
$16 a full bottle, and it's a real nice spritzer. And when you make this, and if it might be a little too rich or strong on the palate, you can float a little bit of soda water on top, a little splash. And we just had a spritzer arrival beverage at a function I did the other day, and that's what you do. I did a little Coqui Americano, which is also part of this sponsorship today. That it's almost like a Lillet from France, but Coqui is out of Italy. Hit it over a big in a wine glass, ton of ice, 2 ounces or an ounce and a half, 1,000 count, however fast you pour, and then float about a 2 count of Prosecco and then a 2 count of soda water, a stir, nice swath of lemon, good to go. So it's not uncommon to add soda water.
Now, would it be bad for me to just drink it out of the bottle?
I thought you were going to say to add bourbon.
I don't think that'd go too well.
Can I ask?
I think it'd be all right.
Can I ask an uncomfortable question?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, Gina. Can you ask an uncomfortable?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't think you can.
My husband and I went to the wine store and we're stocking up on Italian and French wines because we're worried they're going to get more expensive with tariffs and stuff.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
Great question.
On that?
So that is the topic of the day. Tariffs in some industries is once the product's on the water, once it's once it's
Being
shipping
shipped,
on a
yeah.
container ship, once that leaves the port and is on water, 1.3 nautical miles from shore, international waters, that's the moment it's marked as whatever the tariff is of that day, hour, or moment,
Yeah,
as the case may be. And then that's what it gets locked in at. But that was about 4 days ago information.
Okay.
So,
So right,
I'm
so
trying
I'm-
to keep up.
So, but my question is,
Yeah.
are you're not seeing prices go up yet?
Not
for
yet.
Stuff?
Not
Okay.
yet.
No, I mean, Sue's Prosecco that she buys is on sale this week when I went. So.
Nice. And so to your point, when prices go up for whatever reason, we saw this during COVID with supply chain disruption, with product arriving, it did go up slightly due to product and demand, supply and demand. Supply was limited because of that chokehold, but and then they never come down. They don't get readjusted. They're only going
Even
to
if
go
the
up.
tariff's fixed,
They're only
yeah.
going to go up.
Yeah, yeah.
So hopefully we can slide them in before.
Well, I guess I'll just have to give up drinking.
Yep.
Well, good luck with that. No, but good question.
I just
French
think,
and
yeah.
Italian. If you like, and I always say this to folks, if you find a bottle of wine that you like, whether it's $7.99, $17.99, $49.99,
Yeah.
if you like that wine, don't assume it's going to be at that same price vintage after year after year, after season after season. Buy 6, buy 2, buy a number of them.
Buy a case.
And buy a case and just put it downstairs in the cellar in a cool, dry, consistent temperature area. It doesn't have to be a fancy of a cellar. If it is a corked bottle and a bottle with a cork closure and it's a red or something like that, put it on its side, and this way you keep that cork moist, and you'll save yourself some aggravation of like, I've been having this since now it's double the price or this or that, whatever the case is.
Is it possible to buy a keg of bourbon?
You can buy a barrel,
barrel?
of bourbon.
Yeah, like a barrel?
What's fun is you can go on and get those little 5-gallon barrels. And put your own, so we've made mixed barrel-aged Manhattans in that. So you have a Manhattan on the tap.
Yeah.
This is all for private consumption. And that's a lot of fun. I've only done barrel Manhattans once, but I'm more of a fan of a barrel-aged Negroni, that kind of a thing.
Where do you
can play
get
around.
those barrel like that?
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just regular.
GOOGLE.
Yeah.
Have you got any events coming up with the Wine Academy of Utah?
I do. There's a special event in Lehigh. A buddy of mine, Dax Williamson, he is third-generation owner of Lucky Soul Shoe Repair, and he's having a grand opening. He inherited this space from his dad. He's third-generation cobbler right there on Main Street in Lehigh. He redid the whole space, and he's activating both the shoe shop, backyard, inside. It's going to be a big festival. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to activate it with alcohol. You can buy tickets. The bar's going to be takeover with Waterwitch, our friends over here at Waterwitch.
They're good.
So some high-end quality stuff. And I'm going to be doing a whiskey and leather pairing. And this is okay. You don't have to wear your chaps.
How
You
does
don't have
this
to wear your
work?
chaps.
Are whips involved in this?
Thank you, sir. May I have another? What we're doing is we're doing 3 different styles of whiskeys from different areas, but then Dax is going to speak to different types of hides, different types of leathers. This is authentic stuff. About 32 people. Tickets. Go to to get tickets. I did put it down here. I'll have to tell you can go to wineacademyofutah.com for more ticket information. But there's a special. It's not Eventbrite, but there's a Simplex Tickets is where you can get it. That's not very clear, but just go
I
to
bet
Wine Academy
at
of Utah.
Wine Academy of Utah you'll put everything.
Yeah,
you need.
absolutely. You'll get it right there. But yeah, it's going to be a fun event. And what date is that? That is it is May 3rd at 4:30 p.m. So it's the whole weekend. He's activating that space Friday,
The
Saturday,
2nd
and
through
Sunday.
the 4th.
Yeah.
May 2nd through the 4th.
That's going to be a fun one.
Lucky Soul Shoe Repair.
Lucky Soul Shoe.
And then is our beverages going to be a continuing feature of his cobbler shop?
You know, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but that's the intention. But in Lehigh, you've got some zoning things that are soon. The sun is going to set on that, and he'll be able to activate that. So it's going to be a saloon eventually. But right now, we're super excited for the grand opening. You know, he inherited this shop, and he grew up in it, and he knew all the customers. Most of them, they've known him since he was growing up. And he said, you know, I'm just gonna finish up all the work and see what I'm going to do with the building. He had a different career, and he just fell back in love with the industry, the trade, the people. Everybody kept bringing all their stuff in. He's never been busier. And he's got this beautiful remodel, and I couldn't be happier for a small businessman, third generation, Lehigh. You can't get more authentic of a business as this, the trade, the practice.
And it's great. You can go get your shoes resoled and get a snootful.
That's right.
I'm all for it.
Drink out of the ballerina slipper.
Yeah.
That's the cocktail night.
Looking
right
for
there.
that.
The ballerina
All right.
slipper.
It's Jimmy Santangelo. It's Wine Academy of Utah.com. He is the potentate of that organization, and you can find all things Jimmy there.
You got it, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks.
Thank you.
Traffic, Gina.
Slow traffic, I-15 northbound between Roy and Riverdale Road. Infiniteam is reporting that looks like a stalled semi-truck on the shoulder there. UDOT didn't tell me that. Friends of the program did. You guys know more than the professionals. Thank you for sending that in via text at 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music, enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices, all at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss it. John Splithoff, Saturday, April 26th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. What is the prize today?
It's tickets to Clark Planetarium's Laser Light Show.
Laser Light Show. 4 tickets, right?
Yeah, 4 tickets. Your choice, either the AC/DC or the Taylor Swift.
877-602-9696. Call, play, win. Beat Gina. Today's subject, Al Pacino trivia, because it's his birthday. We'll get that for you after these messages and a song. 877-602-9696.
Festus.
So is this officially a segment?
Sure.
All right. Here we go. It's
Hello, sailor boy.
There you go.
Festus is currently in San Diego in Independent Duty Corpsman School. It's
Independent Duty
Corpsman. Corpsmans are medics.
All right, okay.
Independent duty corpsmen are medics that are assigned to. So, like on the big aircraft carriers, they have full hospitals with doctors and surgeons and everything. But on the smaller ships, they have an independent duty corpsman who does all of the medical care, whatever the sailors need. And it's everything. It's
it's not up to a point, I would assume. You say, we're going to have to send you to the aircraft carrier. I can't handle it.
Yeah, part of what he has to learn how to do is to discern, is this something I can handle?
It's triage is what that's called, Gina.
Because it's a big deal to have somebody, they have to be airlifted off with a helicopter. It's usually a big deal. So the more things that he's able to handle on the ship, the better.
Yeah, I can sew that up.
Speaking of sewing it up, I told you about the training mission he had where a guy came to the clinic and he had, you're not supposed to have nipple rings.
No.
Remember this story?
Yes. Yeah, a guy
got his nipple ring caught in something and it ripped his nipple off. He had to
Which is why you're not supposed to have
exactly
nipple rings.
This is precisely why.
Dumbass.
So I called him yesterday because I'd seen some news stories that were saying that the fires in L.A., part of what they do to help manage those is they'll turn the power off. Now, why do they turn the power off? Because sometimes that can spark new fires. That they were talking about turning the power off all the way down to San Diego. So I was curious if his power was out, and so I called him to check on him. They hadn't turned the power off yet, and I don't think they ever did. But I said, "So what'd you learn in school today?" And he said, it was Syphilis Day.
Yay, syphilis!
Syphilis Day.
I said, really? He's like, Mom, it's the Navy. Of course we need to learn about syphilis.
It's true.
You go into port and
Now, wait a minute. Come on. I mean, I can understand Scurvy Day, but
you go into port and you go have a
little
leave,
fun.
a little fun.
Yeah.
And you come back on the ship.
And you got a dose.
And I said, so what did you learn about syphilis? I said, how do you diagnose it? And I said, did they just say it hurts when I pee? And they come to the clinic. He said, well, that's part of it. But he said they also will have a rash on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
So check your hands.
Yeah, kind of like this.
A rash, and on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and we had to learn how to do a blood test to accurately diagnose.
I think one of the insidious things about syphilis is like the symptoms will disappear, and it'll be there, and you won't know it for years.
Yeah, it just lays in wait.
And then you can go blind, right? Isn't that
It
part
doesn't
of it?
wait. I mean, it's just still working on you. You just don't know it.
Oh, I just looked it up. It's called latent syphilis. The infection is present in the body but doesn't cause symptoms that can last for years or decades.
Yeah.
So he has to be able to identify syphilis.
Well, the best way to
test
identify
for
it is like catch it, and just you need some
experience,
some first-hand experience with it.
But and it's very curable, by the way, if you have antibiotics, I guess.
Yep. It used to be penicillin is what but I think it's more antibiotics now.
But I'm just, you think of a medic in the military, it's all like,
ask him
sewing up gunshot wounds. But no, it's also
ask
sewing
him,
on nipples and checking for syphilis.
Ask him if they told him about the Sif Shuffle.
Syphilis Shuffle.
Oh,
The
that's
syphilis
another
shuffle.
way you identify.
and that's like long term.
Those are guys who have gone.
Yeah. That's old Navy guys.
Well, it's spread to the brain and your nervous system, and
and you kind of just sort of shuffle your feet, and, like zombies.
Yeah.
But haven't you seen those old World War II posters?
About STDs?
Shore leave. She could have syphilis. I know she looks like a nice
She
girl.
looks like a nice girl.
Yeah, and they always point to the girls.
Yeah.
The guys have it too.
She's a carrier.
Use a condom, please. So yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Is he enjoying that?
He loves it. He said, I'm learning stuff that it's different when you're going to school and it's stuff I want this information. Like you're not like, I got to study. And he's like, no, I want to know this stuff.
The chat room just found a syphilis poster from those days.
Yeah.
It's got a train and all of these servicemen are getting off of it. It said, syphilis. All of these men have it. Women, stay away from dance halls.
That's horrible. So that's a warning for women. That's the other side.
Yes.
Of it. That's.
She may be a bag of trouble. Syphilis, gonorrhea.
She may be a bag of trouble. Now she looks disreputable.
You can tell she's got it. You just tell looking at her.
Juke joint sniper, syphilis and gonorrhea.
Yes.
She's standing out in front of Shorty's place. So
Shorty's place. That's all you had to say to me.
Syphilis.
Yeah.
We interrupt this program to give you a bulletin just received from one of our naval units at sea.
That's right.
Hello, sailor boy.
There you go.
And he's doing great, by the way.
Good. Martin Duffy. Wow. Okay. That's an old one.
It's if you know, you know, kind of.
Yeah. All right. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
Experience the Clark Planetarium Dome Theater laser light shows with 2 special events, Laser AC/DC and Laser Taylor Swift, every Friday and Saturday now through the end of May at Clark Planetarium.
Well, as we're about to get into the heat of another hotly contested battle of Beat Gina, why not take a quick break? Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
What?
I'm Johnny Ola, Beat Gina announcer for Philip Morris Cigarettes.
Oh.
These cigarettes are gentle, more delicate in flavor for those with keen, young tastes.
Young
Why
tastes?
is it that Philip Morris finds special flavor among younger smokers?
I don't know.
Simply because younger smokers with their eager, unspoiled tastes are quick to note the likable gentleness and delicate flavor that distinguish vintage tobacco. Do as young America does. Enjoy Philip Morris, king size or regular, in the convenient snap-open pack. Call for Philip Morris. And now, let's get on with the game. And to do what we need for a host, we have one. With the most.
What?
He needs a smoke.
Oh.
Let me say that again. Let's get on with the game. And to do that, we need a host.
There we go.
There we go.
And we have one with the most. He is your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
Well,
the young people are smoking them because
Young.
the old ones are dead.
Yeah.
That's what
call for Philip Morris.
Terribly sorry. All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. James, are you there?
I am. Good morning, Lords.
Good morning, James. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage if you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Tails never fails.
Well, I don't know.
Sometimes it does.
Not today.
Except when it does.
It is tails.
You get to go first.
Yeah.
That means this first question is for you to answer on your own. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, Gina's been listening and paying attention. She'll answer the question correctly and steal your point away. We'll go back and forth with questions until one of you gets 3 points. Al Pacino's birthday today, so here we go. Al Pacino trivia. First question for you, James. Here we go. James, according to Rotten Tomatoes, what is Al's highest critically rated movie? Highest critically rated movie. Is it 1, Analysis Paralysis? Is it 2, The Godfather? Is it 3, I Am Not a Werewolf? Is it 4, Salome?
I got to say The Godfather.
Well, that's why I put it in there to trick you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What?
had a feeling.
Sorry.
See, I thought
Gina?
I thought you were going to go Godfather and Godfather 2.
Nope.
I thought that was
Yeah.
going to be your.
Nope.
No,
So-
I don't even know what Salome is. So it's Salome.
It's from
What is that?
2013.
All right. Well, there you go.
That's a bunch of.
All right.
Well, hey,
That's a-
I'm only as good as what the internet gives
You
me.
sure it's maybe it's salami?
I don't know. All right.
Gina's got a point and she controls the question.
Gina,
Yes.
Al Pacino won a Razzie for Worst Supporting Actor for what movie?
Okay.
Was it 1, Forrest Trump? Was it 2, Dude, Where's My Karma? 3, Jack and Jill? Or 4, Scent of a Woman?
It was Jack and Jill.
Very good. Wow.
2 points for Gina, none for you, James.
I
but,
may have some extra Al Pacino questions for Monday.
I'm going to have to rally.
All
All right,
try.
James, here we go. What is the title of Al Pacino's first movie? His first movie that he was ever in. Was it 1, Panic in Needle Park? Is it 2, Serpico? Is it 3, The Fatties, Fart 2? Or was it 4, Ain't Gonna Bump No More with No Big Leg Woman?
Boy, I wish it was number 4. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Could you say number 3 again?
Number 3, The Fatties, Fart 2?
Okay, just making sure. Sorry, just making sure. It's got to be number 1 because I'm pretty sure it's not Serpico.
Panic in Needle Park is correct.
All right. That's a point for you, James.
All right.
That was just almost sounded like a joke answer, almost. But yeah, clearly not. Compared to
It's-
number 3.
Panic in Needle Park is one of the most depressing movies ever made.
Yes.
It was 1971. All right, it's Gina's turn. She has 2 points, and if she gets this, she'll win.
Gina? He is one of the few Hollywood stars to have never done what? Is it 1, sleep with Tara Reid? Is it 2, have a jewelry line on the Home Shopping Network? Is it 3, have plastic surgery? Or 4, get married.
Ah. I don't think he's ever been married.
that
Married.
Correct. And Gina
Yeah.
wins the
Wow.
game.
There we
go.
There you go. 3-1, James. So sorry.
But you know what, James? That was a bull crap.
And you know what?
Number one question.
And you know what? The Panic in Needle Park is not his first movie.
Oh, I'm only as good as what the internet tells me.
There's one before that. He had a role in a movie called Me, Natalie in 1969.
Maybe it was his first starring role or something. At any rate, James, because of all that, I'm going to give you these Clark Planetarium tickets anyway.
There you go.
Hang on the line.
Thank you, Gina. You're lovely.
Hang on.
All right. I've got to go home. Mrs. Ola and I are going to watch Scent of a Woman.
Oh. There you go. All right, Big Boy News now, brought to you by
Young Subaru's new state-of-the-art facility is now open. Experience faster vehicle service, an inviting coffee shop, and a streamlined shopping journey. Discover the future of car buying and vehicle service at the new Young Subaru in Riverdale. Think young, drive young.
Now, Al Pacino, yeah, I think they must have met his first starring role.
Probably.
Because Me, Natalie, he had a small role in that in 1969. But I was looking through his filmography. There are many movies. There are 56 movies here on this list, and there are some that I've never even heard of. But he's got. Let me get to the end of this. He has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies in post production right now.
Really?
Yeah, 7 movies.
He's a
kids are expensive.
That's true.
The total amount of money he's making is $5,000. That's all he's getting.
Here are the names of those movies that are about to come out, or I guess they'll come out. The Ritual, Billy Knight, In the Hand of Dante, Killing Castro, Easy Waltz, Lear Rex, and Dead Man's Wire. Production release dates to be announced. That's amazing. A24 has officially announced its posthumous Anthony Bourdain biopic titled Tony. The Holdovers breakout star Dominic Sessa has been, I don't know.
He was great in that.
What?
The Holdover. The Holdovers was Paul Giamatti.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
You should watch
The Professor. He's a
Yeah.
professor. Yeah,
I did see that.
It's good.
Dominic Sessa has been confirmed to star in the title role as Anthony Bourdain.
He'll be good in that. He's like tall guy with shaggy curly hair and
Antonio Banderas is also being cast in the movie in an undisclosed role. Matt Johnson is set to direct from a screenplay co-written by Todd Bartels and Lou Howe. According to Variety, Tony is the name of the movie. It will be set in Provincetown, Massachusetts in 1976, approximately 2 years before a 20-year-old Anthony Bourdain graduated from the Culinary Institute of America. This marks the second time Bourdain's life has been brought to the screen.
Yes.
I don't remember this. In 2005, his expose memoir, Kitchen Confidential, was adapted into a sitcom starring Bradley Cooper.
Yep.
I don't remember that. Posthumous documentary Roadrunner was released in 2021 and used AI technology to deepfake Bourdain's voice as narrator of the film. A release date for Tony has yet to be revealed. The Trump administration is looking at scaling back protections for 2 national monuments in southern Utah, according to the Washington Post.
And seems like every administration they just move the fence line.
This is even worse. This is even worse, though. Trump shrunk Bears Ears and Grand Staircase during his first term, citing local opposition to the designation. He cut Grand Staircase's acreage by half and slashed Bears Ears' size by 85%, though Joe Biden reversed those reductions in 2021. Now Trump is considering revising the monument boundaries again to promote energy and mineral development. He declared a national energy emergency earlier this year. Yes, these spectacular landscapes.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yep. They've long been under attack by short-sighted Utah politicians who have egged on Trump and, again, brought uncertainty and chaos to places that should instead be protected for their rich biodiversity, unique geology, and remarkable cultural values. That's according to Steve Block, legal director for the environmental nonprofit Southern Utah Wilderness Alliance. This is just a horrible thing.
We're experiencing more oil production than we ever have, but he's still calling it an energy crisis.
In Weber County, the search for a missing hiker, 29-year-old Shelby Campbell, continues. Back in September, she reportedly went hiking at the North Ogden Divide trailhead and never returned home. A missing person posting still hangs at the North Ogden Divide trailhead, reminding visitors to keep an eye out for Shelby Campbell. Her loved ones say that they just want closure. It's been 5 months since her car was found at the North Ogden Trailhead Divide there, the parking area. There's not a day that goes by that she's not on our minds. On my mind, every single day she's there, says Andrea Eribia, Shelby's boyfriend. Eribia says that she left a vague note, just a few words before her disappearance. She hid her depression that she was going through, her feelings, even from me, said Mr. Eribia. But it's unclear what happened to her. Whatever it takes, we'll do it and make sure she's found and she gets that peace that she needs to move on, said her sister, Heather Cummins. Loved ones say the hardest part is not finding any evidence other than her car and that note. Well, Jeannie, you probably have some insight into this. A judge ruled Thursday that prosecutors can pursue the death penalty against Brian Kohberger if he's convicted of murdering 4 University of Idaho students, which he will be.
This feels like this is taking so long.
It does.
I know, right? That's called due process.
Yeah, you're right, actually. That's
Kohberger is charged in the stabbing deaths of the 4 students on the campus at Moscow, Idaho. Prosecutors have said they intend to seek the death penalty if Kohberger is convicted at his trial, which is set to begin in August. This is a brutal crime, a very brutal stabbing deaths of these 4 people. They were likely asleep when they were attacked. Some had defensive wounds. Each person was stabbed multiple times. And you look at this picture of this guy and you think, how does a person do this? How?
Well, you're not a person.
I don't understand how.
Your brain is different.
I just don't get it. And in a ruling issued yesterday and obtained by Fox News, justices unanimously rejected the attorney's request to expand the jury pool and conduct in-person questioning of those prospective jurors in the Corey Richins murder trial.
This is, I killed my husband with fentanyl, and then I wrote a book for my kids and went on a book tour about it.
Lawyers for Richins and Summit County prosecutors teamed up to challenge Judge Richard Mrazek's ruling, denying their request to expand the jury pool. The attorneys wanted to call in Salt Lake County residents to potentially serve on the jury in addition to Summit County residents. Richins has been in jail for 18 months. So again, the due process drags along, but there it is. The U.S. Navy has called off a search for a missing sailor from Utah.
What?
Who hasn't been seen for nearly a week, declaring him as duty status whereabouts unknown. Information Systems Technician Second Class Gabriel Holt from Washington, Utah, was officially reported unaccounted for on Saturday while the aircraft carrier he served on, the USS Nimitz, was conducting a port of call in Guam. However, Guam police said Mr. Holt was last seen at 11:57 p.m. Friday in the area between the Hotel Nico Guam and Gun Beach. The Navy said it searched for Mr. Holt for 120 hours, covering more than 11,000 square nautical miles, using a helicopter squadron and aircraft from other ships. Our deepest sympathies are with the family, friends, and shipmates of Petty Officer Holt, said Captain Doug Graber, commanding officer on the Nimitz. After carefully considering all the pertinent factors and available information, we made the extremely difficult decision to suspend the search for him. It's been an extraordinary, challenging case. So they're not saying.
They don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think they believe that he's no longer with us. But that, I mean,
strange.
But the suspending the search, they said, was a difficult decision. A pair of popular Joseph Smith Memorial Building restaurants are expected to reopen this year, ending a 5-year hiatus tied to the COVID-19 pandemic and Temple Square construction. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has another plan for another restaurant that once drew downtown crowds. The Garden Restaurant, previously known as the Nauvoo Cafe, is on track to begin its casual dining experience at the end of June, said Gary Porter, I believe this is in the old Hotel Utah, which is now
Okay.
and then the Roof Restaurant. We've had
The Roof.
We had some of. We went there once for
Yeah,
a,
we
for
had
a luncheon.
we had an event.
On the 10th floor of the Joseph Smith Memorial Building. That will reopen in November, and it
It's
will
where you go have your wedding breakfast.
It will no longer be a buffet restaurant, but it will be an a la carte restaurant open for lunch and dinner with a wide variety of menu choices. But the Lion House Pantry, not going to reopen, where you get everybody
rolls?
loved the rolls there.
Oh,
The
really?
Beehive House and the Lion House. See, that's Brigham Young's old house. It's where he lived. And they're going to have it be a tourist attraction.
Not a restaurant.
Not a restaurant.
Harmon's has a pretty good copy of those rolls.
The rolls will be available at, I believe, the Garden Restaurant is going to.
Okay.
They're going to serve them, and I think the Garden Restaurant is also in the
Temple
Hotel
Light.
Utah.
Yeah, in the Hotel Utah. I still call it the Hotel Utah, but
Temple Light.
yeah. The Joseph Smith Memorial Building. So there you go. I think that's about it. Oh, do I have time for one more?
Quick.
Michelle Obama.
Yes.
She's been quiet about why she didn't go to the Trump inauguration. And people said, well, it's because her marriage is breaking up because
That's
of
the only
Barack
explanation.
was there. Well,
That's the only explanation.
she's finally speaking about it. She is not one to plaster on a pleasant face and pretend for protocol's sake.
Exactly.
In the latest episode of Emo with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson, she says, I just didn't feel that I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just didn't want to go.
My marriage is fine, and I didn't want to go.
I
That's-
didn't want to be a part of it. I was saying no for no other reason than I just didn't want to be there. It took everything in my power to do that because I have a hard time saying no. She said, I didn't want to attend the inauguration. I feared that I might cave into pressure, so I put an action plan into place. I said, well, I don't have a dress that I can wear.
There you go.
I don't have anything
Right.
special.
Not a thing to wear.
But she said that was a lie. That was a lie. I just didn't want
Didn't
to go.
want to go.
Just didn't want to be there.
And that's a good enough reason.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, sports, weather, traffic.
Salt Lake City Marathon returns this Saturday along with the associated traffic impacts. Over 200 intersections will be impacted. Salt Lake City, Holiday, throughout most of the day. Some road closures will begin as early as midnight tonight and may end as late as 5 p.m. tomorrow. This year's route is an out and back, not a loop. The race will begin along Wasatch Drive, just west of University of Utah Hospital in Salt Lake. It'll take participants through Federal Heights, part of the avenues, around the mouth of City Creek Canyon, past the Capitol, before runners head downtown. From then, they'll go to Sugar House, all the way to 45th South along 23rd East and Holiday. And then they'll go north through Sugar House, Liberty Wells, Liberty Park, before ending outside the Salt Lake City and County building. There's half marathon, bike race. It's just a bunch of stuff. So if you're concerned about that, want to know the exact path and the times that those areas will be affected, you can just go to a Salt Lake City Marathon website. Just Google Salt Lake City Marathon, and there's a nice little map there that will show you everything you need to know. That's your sports. Weather. Should be beautiful weather, actually, for the marathon. Today, 76, partly sunny. Overnight low 51. Tomorrow, just beautiful, 75 and sunny. Things start to change Sunday. 60% chance of rain Sunday, 80% chance on Monday, and things cool back down into the 50s. Traffic, let me refresh. We've just had a really good commute this morning. The only even semi-incident was this disabled semi northbound I-15 Riverdale Road overpass. Blocking the right lane from the Roy on-ramp merge. That on-ramp is closed. Excuse me. That's the only issue being reported. If you see something, you can always let us know. Text it to us. 33986. Haster Games for board games. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or HasterGames.com.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you...
Hey, listen, I was wrong. Or maybe I was right. Yesterday, we were talking about TV shows, and I was saying that show, The Watcher. And I'd watched 2 episodes of it, and my wife and I, we didn't care for it. Just went, nah, it's not that good. Not going to watch it. Well, I don't know. We needed something to watch last night for some reason, so we watched the third episode, and I went, oh. Okay.
Now you get it.
Now maybe. And I want you to tell me a little bit about the real story.
Okay.
But I said, oh, yeah, okay. And as a matter of fact, as the episode went on, I said to my wife, I'm getting queasy.
Yeah.
Just because something's going to happen that's just icky.
Now,
I can tell.
have you seen your friend in it at all yet?
Yeah, she's been in and gone, and I won't tell you how.
Okay.
But Margot Martindale. Now, so I liked it, and I'm going to keep watching it. But then I saw something online today. It said people are upset with the finale, and they think it stinks, the last episode of The Watcher.
Mhm.
But I'll find out for myself. But I don't really know the real story.
So the real story is there is no ending. The real story is the family moved and they never found out what happened.
Did they?
So the TV show that you're watching, they try to tie it together, but in the real story, they still don't know who the Watcher is.
So I don't want to give anything away. But in the real story, do they find out about the history of the house?
Yeah.
And creepy stuff about the history of the house? Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's in the third episode, there's the last third of it, you just go, oh my, yeah.
Yeah, that's why this got it. If it were just a story about, we got notes in our mailbox and that was weird. If that's all it was, it wouldn't be a TV
Well, I was
show.
wondering if the real story was that, and then they embellished it.
No, I mean, there's embellishment, of course.
Because if that happened in real life, they just got notes and notes and notes, that'd be pretty creepy. But
Yeah.
So, but this is not an embellishment, or you don't.
I mean, I haven't seen
You don't
it.
know what the event they describe is.
But there is a history with the house.
I'll
And in the TV show, they try to tie it up. Whereas in real life, it's just like, well, we'll never know.
I'll try to. Unless you're going to watch it, or you probably don't care. Off the air, I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can tell me if that jives with the real story. But it was creepy.
Speaking of, I mean, if we still have a second, Carrie.
We got about a half second, sure.
Bill, you did the story yesterday about these 4 friends that were out biking and found in the river.
Oh yeah, their bodies were found in the river.
Well, not just their bodies, their dismembered bodies.
Yes.
Oh, it didn't say that.
Yeah, this is a new detail that has come.
Their dismembered bodies, and
new S has come to light.
They were not just going out for a bike ride.
Mm-hmm.
They were going out to steal stuff.
On their bikes?
On their bikes. Yeah. And they stopped by a friend's house, and they said, hey, you want to come with us? We're going to go steal stuff. And the friend went, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. But the friend knew where they were going, which was some salvage yard somewhere. And so now the suspect is the guy that owns the salvage yard. Like, maybe he came upon them stealing stuff, and he wasn't having none of it.
It's always the crusty old caretaker of the salvage yard who does it.
And cuts up the bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just...
You couldn't have just shot them because they were stealing.
No.
Well, you got to dispose of the bodies in the river. Yeah. If I cut them up,
You know. I had to. I just had to. What other choice did I have?
That's right. Bobby kind of all acts with his eyebrows, though. They enter the room before he does.
Yeah, they always do.
past weekend.
What was that?
Well, I didn't feel like doing much, but
Well, yes.
Because you had hospital on you.
I smelled like. Actually, by the way, Bill at a meeting yesterday told everybody I smelled like hospital.
You smell like hospital. I was just trying to be one of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake.
At any rate, I was very excited, and I knew my daughter Jonesy would also be very excited because I read a news story that they were doing the 20th anniversary re-release.
Revenge of the Sith?
No. Of Pride and Prejudice. Now, there are many
gonna say, which
iterations, but the pretty universally loved best iteration of Pride and Prejudice is the one with Keira Knightley and from Succession. Oh,
Brian Cox?
no. Oh my God, what's his name?
what's his? I know who you mean.
Tom. What's
Yeah.
his name? On?
It's
yeah.
Oh.
He's British.
Yeah. Why am I not thinking of his name?
It doesn't help.
Anyway, the best, most beloved version. Donald Sutherland's in it. Matthew McFadden, that's his name.
All right.
He plays Mr. Darcy.
Yes.
The brooding,
He's
difficult.
He's in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I thought the most beloved one was Laurence Olivier and what's her name?
I don't know.
From
This-
Gone with Vivian Leigh.
This one, I think, is like the quintessential one.
You know, most people are excited about Revenge of the Sith, but your kid
So we went.
is weird.
Yes, and so we went and got our popcorn and sat down.
When
and
was this?
This was on Easter Sunday.
Did they have a special bucket?
I was very disappointed there was no Pride and
Because I would like a Donald
Prejudice.
Sutherland's head, to open up the top.
But there are these points in the movie that are touchstones. They'll be the same thing at the Revenge of the Sith. But there's this part where Mr. Darcy helps Elizabeth Bennet into a carriage, and so he holds her hand and helps her up. And then as his hand comes back down, he does this thing with his hand where he makes his fingers go out like that, like ah. And Elizabeth's like, "Oh, he hates me so much." He's like, "Get this. I've got woman on me. I've got to get." But no, it's not that. It's that he's so incredibly attracted to her that he just feels this electricity. Anyway, we're sitting in the theater.
What?
It's like, and all of the women in the theater,
Yes.
simultaneously,
They all gasp.
That's the hand thing.
The hand
The
thing.
hand thing of Pride and Prejudice.
There's one with Colin Firth.
Oh, so
as Mr.
people like
Darcy.
that one too, but this is the big one, and it made some good money over the weekend. But I'm sure it's not going to make as much as Revenge of the Sith, which they are also
Yes.
re-releasing.
Now, I just want to know: are you supposed to be eating popcorn with your gallbladder situation?
It's fine.
Huh? No, it's not.
Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith starts today, and it's going to run for 1 week.
There's a hand thing in that, too.
There is.
Yeah. Yoda uses his, he's got his lightsaber on his belt, but he uses the Force to...
I want everyone that goes to do the gasp thing.
They do gasp.
Oh.
They do gasp.
Oh.
My wife says I'm not a very good girl. I've never seen any Pride or Prejudice.
I haven't
You
either.
haven't?
Me neither.
No, I haven't either.
I'm surprised
I
you
have-
haven't, Bill.
I have no desire to see it.
Now,
I think I've seen. I might have seen the one with the Laurence Olivier a long time ago.
Somebody says Colin Firth is the best Mr. Darcy. I mean, he's good, but
he doesn't do the hand thing.
He doesn't do the hand thing. And there's like all. See, my kink is yearning. Yearning is my kink.
Really?
And this is
Unrequited love.
It's not even that it's unrequited. It's just that like the electricity between these two people who never do anything.
Yeah.
Like they barely ever even touch the entire movie. It's just a lot of longing glances and sighing, and
Ugh.
that is my kink.
Okay, here-
I love that.
Here are the people who have played Mr. Darcy: Colin Firth, Matthew McFadden, David Rintoul, Laurence Olivier, Matthew Rhys, Sam Riley and Martin Henderson. Oh, Martin Henderson is a Bollywood adaptation of Pride. It's called Bride and Prejudice.
I mean...
Oh, and Sam Riley is Mr. Darcy in the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies movie.
It's just... my daughter and I were very, very happy going to the theater and seeing that. It was very enjoyable.
How did the popcorn treat you?
I didn't have very much. I just... We had the bucket, and I took a few handfuls of it.
Oh,
you know what they have
it's
there?
It's Greer Garson as Elizabeth in the Laurence Olivier one.
We went to the Megaplex in Centerville is where it was playing.
Uh-huh.
And they have, this is what I didn't have that I wanted, they have the hot mini donuts. You know how I love the hot mini donuts.
They did not have those?
No, they had them, but I was trying to be good. You're giving me crap about the
the popcorn? I'm not.
I really wanted the hot mini donuts because not everybody has the hot mini donuts.
No, if you want to kill yourself by eating popcorn, that's your business. No?
Mhm.
That's your business.
As long as you get a Mr. Darcy's head popcorn bucket. Or I guess it would be a hand.
Oh, it'd be a hand.
It'd have to be a hand, I think. Yeah.
Just the little,
popcorn
the little
hand.
jerk of the fingers. Oh,
I don't. Have you ever read the book?
yes.
How's that?
Also good.
Yeah, no desire to see it or read it.
My mom and I constantly argue about Firth and McFadden. To know if it's a generational thing or what, but yeah.
I mean, whoever your Darcy, everybody has their Darcy.
Mm-hmm.
And Matthew McFadden was actually interviewed not that long ago about this. And he said, I was so uncomfortable because I feel like I'm not good looking enough to play. Because Mr. Darcy's just supposed to be like the pinnacle of man. And he's like, I just felt like I was not hot enough.
Oh,
to
he's
be.
a handsome fellow.
Yeah.
I think he's handsome, fairly handsome. I'm trying to think of. I guess Olivier was pretty good looking when he was young. Yeah, he was.
Mike in Nashville, one of the fake movies on Seinfeld is called The Pain and the Yearning. An in-universe synopsis, an old woman experiences pain and yearning. Well,
I
there you
think
go.
all women want, good-looking guy walking across an English moor, like determinedly walking toward you, like you're the woman I want, and I'm coming. For
Why
you.
is the movie called Pride and Prejudice?
Well, because they both
Or the
have
book.
because their pride keeps them from getting together. They both make assumptions about the other one, and they're prejudiced against the other one.
So
but-
they're a couple of they're really stupid people.
I mean, it's old timey England, so there's protocols and things. And
Are they of different
classes?
Classes?
Yeah.
Okay. E-Dub found the hand thing in the chat room. So if
Okay.
you want to see what the hand thing is all
It's
about.
a thing.
It is a thing.
Okay.
I'll find it and tweet it out if you want to see it too.
Do traffic first.
Sorry, I'm all verklempt now.
You're flush, aren't you?
That disabled semi, a friend of the program was saying that the semi is no longer there, but about a half mile north Riverdale Road, there are two bobtail trucks on the right side causing slowage. Thank you for letting us know that. Whatever else you're seeing, please text us 33986.
All right, KXRK Provo. We'll take a break, play a song after the song. It's the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, I wouldn't guess today because it didn't go the way I thought it would.
No, me either.
So cheat. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners, April 25, 2025. Click, and you'll see winner next to the correct answer. What is the prize?
Tickets to see the Struts September 22nd at the Depot.
Struts tickets, 877-602-9696. That is the number to call to play the Boner Recap game. 877-602-9696 after these.
Need some geek news? Carrie brings you up to date twice a week on the Radio from Hell podcast. Just go to x96.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Happy Friday! It's Fufkin. Yesterday was Thursday.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Would you like celebrities who were rich before they were famous?
Oh, okay.
Would you like celebrities who are terrible neighbors?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like stingy celebrities? or would you like celebrities with criminal parents?
Nah.
I don't know. You pick. I don't.
What was the second one?
The second one was Worst Neighbors.
What was the first one?
Rich before they were famous.
Rich before famous, stingy celebrities.
I want to know Bad Neighbors.
Bad
Are
Neighbors?
they all about celebrities?
They're all celebrity lists.
Oh, okay.
If you have a different list, Bill, if you think you can do better.
Well, you didn't give me a heads up, or I would have looked.
Okay.
Celebrity health scares throughout the years. Huh? How about that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Because that connotates to me that they got better.
yeah, that's true.
So, Bad Neighbors.
Bad Neighbors. Okay, number 1.
All right.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, say no more.
Move on.
Hulk Hogan's neighbors hated the little farm he had next to his house, full of chickens, roosters, rabbits, dogs. They complained that it was noisy and smelly.
Wait a minute. He had rabbits?
Apparently.
Hulk Hogan is noisy and smelly.
In 2012, Katy Perry was dating John Mayer. And her neighbors called the cops, supposedly, due to their loud bedroom sessions one night.
Is
loud John Mayer sex one night.
Is Katy Perry on the bad list these days?
Yeah, because she...
What'd she do?
Well, so there was a group of... This is a different list.
Okay.
A group of celebrities that were rooting for the billionaire that wanted to be the mayor of L.A.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
And then there were celebrities rooting for the nice lady who won.
Who won? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Simon Cowell.
Oh, I imagine he'd be a terrible neighbor.
He does everything bad.
He constantly parked cars in front of other people's houses, and I mean that's not super bad.
Well, he throws beer bottles in their front yard.
Yeah.
Let's see, Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be neighbors to her.
It's not her fault though, because it's paparazzi follows her everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's I'll give Britney a break on that's not her fault. David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer.
Bad neighbor?
In 2010, the Friends star bought a 5-story townhouse in New York that was built in 1852. He tore it down to build a 6-story mansion, and his neighbors were so angry that he tore it down, they spray painted "Ross is not cool" on the side of the building. Maybe they're the bad neighbors.
Ross is not cool. Of all the derogatory things. I love that.
Natasha Lyonne. Now, this was in 2004 before she got sober.
Okay, yeah, she's had some problems.
Drug-addled Natasha threatened to molest her neighbor's dog. She said she would never do that.
Wait, hey.
What?
Well, let's move on.
That's not Russian doll behavior.
Let's see. James Franco.
Yeah, well, he would be a jerk.
The actors received lots of complaints about the way he treats his home like a film set, blocking driveways with trailers, taking over people's yards for meetings.
Wow.
Minnie Driver.
Oh, now, come on. Not sweet Minnie Driver.
Tread lightly.
According to TMZ, the actress was sued for throwing baby food jars full of black paint at her neighbor's under-construction home because she didn't like what they were building.
She lived next door to Ross.
I'll bet. Wait a minute. Black paint and baby... Oh, so that when it smashes against the wall...
I mean, so she thought this through.
Wow.
Let's see. Justin Theroux. So he was the Leftovers and...
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Aniston's ex.
I was going to say he was dating her. Yeah.
Apparently, his neighbors complained because he lifts weights early in the morning, and he does that weightlifter thing where he throws the weights down.
Oh, jerk.
People are complain about the dumbest things.
I would hate to hear that every morning.
If it was Justin Theroux.
Tracy Morgan.
I imagine living
He goes around trying to put a baby in everybody.
He installed a shark tank in his apartment in Manhattan, and the lights that illuminated the tank caused a fire in the building.
How am I supposed to know this, Liz Lemon?
Let's see. Who else do we have here? Anthony Michael Hall
Yeah, I've heard this story, yeah.
was arrested after he cursed at a neighbor and threatened to beat him to a pulp, and then knocked on his door and said, "Come out here and fight me. I dare you to fight me."
I hear that he's difficult.
Well,
And that's
it's
a
that,
nice way of putting
It's
it.
that, and he also refuses to wash his hair. So it's,
And this is on the list, and it pains me to read this.
Oh, Julia Roberts?
You're very close.
Sandy
You're
Bullock?
so close.
Sandy Bullock?
You're so close. George and Amal Clooney.
Oh,
you know
now.
they're my favorite
Stop it.
celebrity couple.
Stop it.
Their neighbors complained about an invasion of privacy by a security setup at their English country home, and the renovations went on too long. This is
Well,
not.
that's-
This is not. See,
George is not cool.
No, George is not cool.
people, it went on too long.
I mean, it is a little annoying when.
Yes.
But so there you go.
They had contractor problems, you know.
It happens.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
It's going to be my new put down, like on Twitter. And
Ross is not cool.
Whoever.
Trump is not
Trump
cool.
is not cool. I'm going to start using that all the time now. Phil.
When he goes to shave, he misses a spot.
Whenever I put a mirror in my bathroom, it breaks.
Because on this day, in 1980, English Beat released Mirror in the Bathroom from the album Just Can't Stop It. 1980. Ah, wow. All right, 908. Let's get to some, Uh-oh.
What?
My little boings are screwed up now.
What's the matter?
Well, when you click on them the wrong way, they disappear.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Is it time for
the Boner recap game, yeah.
Yeah, do we have somebody there?
Yes. Let me get Todd here for you.
Hello, Todd. How are you?
Happy Friday. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, thank you, Todd. What are you up to today?
Just heading to work.
Yeah. What do you do?
I will work for Utah Schools for the Deaf and the Blind. I'm a media specialist with them.
Cool. That's good work that you do, Todd. You stand to win a prize here. I'm sure you'll win a prize. What is that prize, Gina?
Tickets to see the Struts September 22nd at the Depot.
That's a good prize. I think you'll enjoy that. Did you hear the boner candidates earlier today?
I did. I was out walking the dog, and I heard them.
Okay, you'll know who won then, and you'll win those tickets. Let me recap them for you. Number one, always justify your actions and never, ever apologize. The wife of the wrongly deported Salvadorian father living in Maryland has had to move to a safe house after the Trump administration posted a court document that included her address on social media. She's been getting hate crimes or hate messages. She's afraid that somebody will hurt her or her children, and so she's moved to an undisclosed location. That was boner candidate number one. Boner candidate number two, the pardon is a slap in the facelift. Trump, again, pardoning a Nevada Republican politician who is awaiting sentencing on, or who was awaiting sentencing on federal charges, that she used money meant for a statue honoring a slain police officer for personal costs, including plastic surgery. And boner candidate number 3, golf ballin' and skunk killin', a story out of Fillmore, Utah. 2 people have been arrested for throwing golf balls with derogatory comments written on them into a yard, and they were also charged with killing a skunk. Those were the 3 boner candidates. Who was the winner, Todd?
Definitely the bizarre one, the golf ball and skunk killing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. We still need more information about that one. We're still there are unanswered questions.
I think more will come out. But, yes, you're correct, Todd. That was the winner, and you are a winner, and congratulations.
Thank you much. You guys are awesome.
All right,
Thanks.
hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get that. Yeah.
Anybody who knows anything about that, the story in Fillmore, why were they writing? So what were they
writing?
What were they
first of
writing
all?
on the golf ball?
And how?
And why were they throwing the? What was their objective? Throwing the golf balls into somebody's yard? It was to harass them in some way.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything about it at this point.
Something weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Something weird's going on.
And they killed a skunk, I guess, just to kill a skunk.
I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. Let's see. Hot Tub Factory Outlet.
Kerry Jackson will be where is it?
2 to 4 up in Farmington. We'll be up there with. I think we have some lagoon passes to
That's
give
what
away.
I remember from yesterday. Yeah.
Hot Tub Factory Outlet.
Now I'm busy at that time, or I'd come up. Would you look into the saunas for me?
You want a sauna?
Just see what the situation is with the saunas, because somebody told me that they have them. That the Hot Tub Factory Outlet has them.
Yes. 270 North Central Avenue. It's next to the Hyatt there. This is I've not been to this area since they've redeveloped it, so it'll be interesting. Hot Tub Factory Outlet.
So
you
now,
want a sauna, Bill? You want to go sit in a sauna?
yeah, I'd love to have a sauna. I think that I would.
You would use it?
Yeah,
You would-
probably. Yeah,
Well, I'm sure I can put in a word at Hot Tub Factory Outlet to get you a deal.
When people say, "Where's Dad?" They'll
He's
know
in the sauna.
He's in the sauna.
In the sauna.
Again. He's in the sauna again.
Or Bill, you could just come up between
Yeah.
2 and 4 today and see me.
Yeah, no,
Hot Tub Factory Outlet.
No, I said I can't. I'm busy between 2 and 4, or I would come to Hot Tub Factory Outlet.
Thank you. All right. You know, it works for them.
Yeah.
Yelling it. It works for them.
Do they move around from location to location, or is
No,
this...
they got the one in Farmington
Oh,
and the
okay.
one down in Draper.
Okay,
Yeah.
they have.
It's a permanent location.
Hot Tub Factory Outlet has permanent
Yes.
location.
It's not like in a parking lot.
Okay.
We got big boy news and Opinnuendo coming up after these messages. Stand by for that. Tracy Aviary. See, it doesn't work.
No, don't
You
yell
scare
at
the
the
birds.
You will scare the birds if you yell Tracy Aviary at them. Go to tracyaviary.org. $1 from every ticket sold goes to Tracy Aviary's Conservation Fund. They contribute more than $120,000 each year to conservation work in Utah and worldwide through this fund. So they inspire curiosity and caring for nature, committed to protecting birds in Utah. And it's just nice to walk through on a nice, cool day like today and enjoy the interactive bird shows, keeper demonstrations, animal encounters, behind-the-scenes exhibit tours, over a dozen nature play opportunities. Well, 8 acres, over 8 acres of themed exhibits and botanical gardens. It's very, very nice. Located in Liberty Park, Tracy Aviary is home to over 300 birds, representing more than 100 different species from around the world, including many that are endangered or extinct out in the wild. So experience the world of birds and its habitat in an oasis of tranquility and natural surprises. Go to tracyaviary.org, or better yet, just go and see them in Liberty Park, 589 East, 1300 South. Missed a morsel of murder?
I have a lifesaver.
What kind?
I stole it from Jana's desk. It's those.
Oh,
she has them.
Is it Wind-O Green?
Is that what they call them? She has them on her desk all the time.
Mint O'Green?
I have
Mint
a pocket
O'Green?
full of them right now. I just grab a handful.
You grab?
Yeah.
No, they're not there for you to grab a handful. They're there for you to take one once in a while. It's not a handful.
I take a handful and then I don't take any more for a long time. What's the difference between taking one once in a while?
Do they still make the butter rum flavor ones?
Those are the best.
Yeah, they do.
Because those are the ones.
I almost bought a roll recently, as a matter of fact.
If you're gonna buy Lifesavers, it should be
butter rum.
There was these weren't Lifesavers; they were butterscotch discs. So they were some different brand, but
Not
without
as good
a hole.
Not as good as the butter rum.
Okay, so they have
Lifesavers.
the butter rum, Pep-O-Mint,
This just says Lifesaver.
wild cherry, hard candy, 5 flavors, mints, orange mint. Wow.
I used to,
and Winto green.
Yeah, I used to like the tropical fruit. You could get a roll of tropical fruit flavored Lifesavers. I don't know if they still have those. There's coconut and lime, and
I love those.
They're delicious.
I remember my
banana.
My cousin Ray, the weird one.
Yeah.
We would exchange Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
I'd get him an action figure or something cool.
Yeah.
Every year. Because his mother did it.
The Lifesaver
Aunt
book?
Shirley, the Lifesaver Sweet Story book. Every year.
Well, Punk gave me one of those every year.
Yeah, but that's all he gave me.
Wasn't like that.
Oh,
and
Yeah. It wasn't that and something.
and an action
No, it was,
figure.
here. So I told Ray, I said, I'm not going to get you Christmas presents anymore. Why? Because your mother keeps giving me these
Lame.
every year. I don't want them. So just keep
Did you
them.
eat them though?
No.
No.
The butter rum. I ate the
Yeah.
butter rum, but the rest, I think
You
my
should
sister.
be able to get one of those that's all butter rum.
Yes.
It seems to me you could.
Okay, next time I'm at the store, I'm going to actually look
Okay.
for butter rum Lifesaver.
I haven't thought about a butter rum Lifesaver in a long time.
I'm going to look it up online. That's what I'm going to do.
Orange mint ones are good. Butter rum, you leftists sicken me.
Is that what
the texture says?
That's my sign off.
You leftists sicken me.
Left is sick in me. Me left. Okay.
It's Lifesavers Butter Rum Hard Candy Bulk. 20 single packs. You can have it by 6 today.
Amazon?
Yep.
Okay.
By 6 o'clock today.
Thank you, Robert. How much is that? Good heavens. News and Opinioendo brought to you by.
Join X96 and Todd Newcomb broadcasting live at Tim Daly Nissan Southtown on Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. Stop by and snag a 4-pack of tickets to the Clark Planetarium Spring Laser Light Shows, including AC/DC and Taylor Swift.
Well, this is kind of a confusing story, but 4 people involved in an apparent robbery attempt at a hotel in Salt Lake, resulting in the shooting deaths of 2 people. 4 people have been charged, but no charges were filed against the person who allegedly shot them. We have charged all the appropriate people with criminal charges in this case, said the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office. Tiffany Marie Popich, Kendra Diane Mitchell were charged in third district court with aggravated burglary and aggravated robbery. Kevin Leroy Thrower and Christopher Michael Hirschberg were charged with obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony. Emergency dispatchers got a 911 call, 12:30 in the morning, the Comfort Inn, downtown Salt Lake. They arrived to find Philip Kiowa, 40 years old, and Sofina Hamuli had been shot to death in a hotel room. So 2 dead guys in the room. Police reported the shooting appeared to be the result of a pay dispute with an escort, who then called the 2 deceased men for protection.
Oh, I see.
So she went to the hotel to have sex with this guy. I'm going to get his name here. He didn't like her and said, leave. I don't want to do it. And he offered to pay for her Uber, but she said, no, I need $100. The woman then made a phone call and asked for the boys to come over, and stated that he felt threatened. The guy who ordered the prostitute. I don't think his name has been put in this story. Yeah, he felt threatened when these guys came over, and said, "I'm not. I don't have any money. If you want money, we're going to have to go to an ATM." And he said, but then he managed to shut the door and lock him out. And then the front desk calls and said, well, she left some things in the room. Put that stuff outside the door, and they'll leave you alone. So he opened the door to put the stuff outside, and the 2 guys rushed into the room.
Oh.
And at some point, man, they had a gun, and they hit him with it, and they kind of pistol whipped him. But at one point, a gun ended up on the floor.
Like wrestling around?
Yeah, and this guy, the client, picked it up and shot him. Shot them both. And he's not been charged with any crime. It was self-defense, they say. And I guess that's probably why his name isn't. But the 4 people, the 2 guys, there are now 4 people involved. Lord. They've all been charged with various crimes. And then there are 2 dead guys. Katy Perry hit back at the backlash she's received for her Blue Origin, I won't call it space, flight.
They took a ride in a plane.
During the opening night of her Lifetimes tour, she kicked off her tour in Mexico City, recreated space choreography during the concert while dressed in a silver medal bodysuit. At some point, she even flew in the air and took selfies with men dressed in blue NASA spacesuits. Perry addressed her critics directly, asking the audience, has anyone ever called your dreams crazy?
I mean...
Saturday Night Live is proud to announce the final 2 hosts of the shows of the season, Walton Goggins and Scarlett Johansson. Goggins will host on May 10. Johansson will return on May 17.
And Quinta Brunson this Sunday night.
Yeah,
or Saturday night. Sorry.
Yeah, she's hosting May 3rd. And Benson Boone is the musical guest. Goggins, fresh from the success of the 3rd season of HBO's The White Lotus, making his SNL debut. He will be joined by Arcade Fire as musical guest. I thought they'd broken up, but apparently not. They have a new album called Pink Elephant. And Johansson is returning for 7th time as host. She made her debut in January of 2006.
7 times?
Yeah, she's done it 7 times. She'll
Does she know a guy?
Yeah, she does.
She might know the head writer.
She has Bad Bunny as musical guest. Tragedy. David Thomas, frontman of the legendary avant-garde rock band, who I don't think ever really had a hit, but everybody knows him, Pere Ubu. He has died at the age of 71. Thomas, who also led the punk band Rocket from the Tombs, who released records as a solo artist, passed away on Wednesday at his home in the English town of Brighton and Hove after suffering from a long illness, according to a statement on Pere Ubu's Facebook page. Let's see. There's a documentary about Kenny Jones says he can't see the long-discussed new Faces album Remember Faces?
Is it Rod Stewart?
Yeah, they were Small Faces. That was the name of the band at first. And then when Rod Stewart joined them, they became just Faces for some reason. But they have a new album coming out, and there's going to be a documentary about them. Using archival footage from handheld video cameras given to them in 1972. Stuff that's never been seen, said Kenny Jones. Let's see, Modest Mouse is going to play the Psychic Salamander Festival.
Where is that?
With Flaming Lips. It is a festival in Carnation, Washington.
Carnation?
A 2-day festival. So who else is going to be there? Slater Kenny and other people that you probably haven't ever heard of. And let's see what else we have here. I don't know anything about this Death and Robots. Do you?
It's a anthology series. It's different stories every time.
Love, Death, and Robots. And it's been around for a while, huh?
A few seasons, yeah.
Have you watched it at all?
I have not, no.
There's too many shows.
Too many
yeah,
shows.
There are, and it's got all kinds of.
Katie likes it.
Got all kinds of great people in it, and it's apparently David Fincher is behind a lot of it. I haven't watched any of it. They feature a new episode directed by David Fincher that revolves around a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. Additionally, the cast will be voicing a brand new group of characters featuring Mr. Beast, Kevin Hart, John Oliver, Niecy Nash, John Boyega, and Rhys Darby. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to watch it. Let's see. There's a new gummy candy coming out. 2 new gummy candies.
All right.
Haribo fans from the new returning candies. Let's see, for Easter, they've already done Easter, right? They're releasing
This
2
is
gummy.
old candy news, Bill.
Oh,
You're
this is
giving us
two for in time for summer.
All right.
Twin Snakes Tropical and Gold Bear Tropical. Gold Bear's Tropical, brand new vibrant flavors to Haribo's iconic gummy bears. The Gold Bear's Tropical features pineapple, kiwi, passion
There
fruit,
it is.
and paradise punch. And then the snakes, Twin Snakes, are gummy snakes, 1 sweet and 1 sour. They're coiled together. So it's a
you
gummy
can have
ca-
them together or peel them apart.
I believe so. And McDonald's is adding its first new permanent addition to its menu in 4 years. Chicken has become the fast food menu item of choice for many Americans. And chicken revenue at McDonald's fell behind because they just didn't do much with it. Raising Cane's, Wingstop, other chicken-centric chains, as well as the new entrants like Taco Bell sells crispy chicken tenders and nuggets. So McDonald's has revealed that they will bring back its eagerly anticipated chicken strips.
Okay, I'm listening.
Following a 5-year disappearance. They had them, McCrispy strips.
I will investigate this.
It's all white chicken.
Get on that, would you?
Okay.
Crispy golden brown breading. I'm sure they'll be extremely different from any other chicken strip that you can buy.
I'll let you know. I'll report back.
Okay. When will you do that?
Well, I got to wait for my absence of organs to settle down before I can.
That's what you're waiting for?
You have to wait.
I'm told I will be able to resume my poor eating habits at some point.
Really?
That's what they say.
All right. Well, make sure you try
It's for work.
Make sure you try the creamy chili dip.
And it's not like you have a gallbladder to ruin now.
It's gone.
So it's because it's gone.
Yeah, that's true. That there is an advantage there, I guess.
Creamy chili dip. That could be good. Okay.
Yeah, sounds all right. I think that's all I have here.
Well, you got a minute.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about Mel Gibson.
No.
Oh, Pete Davidson. He's been getting his tattoos removed.
Yes.
And he says it's very painful.
I'll bet.
And it costs lots of money. In an interview with Variety published April 23rd, Davidson revealed he's spent around $200,000 on the tattoo removal process, and he's only 30% finished. It's a pretty uncomfortable amount of money to disclose, but I think one of the tabloids already leaked it, he said. I've already spent $200,000, and I'm like 30% done, so it's going to suck. Now that I've said the tattoo remover's name, though, he's a little nicer to me for sure, but it doesn't say what the name is here. In addition to being expensive, the process also requires a lot of downtime.
Yes.
for recovery.
Think your tattoos through before you get them, so you don't have to do that.
Well, I have thought it through, and I'm going to start getting my face tattooed. So
you won't regret that at all.
No,
I'm sure.
I don't think I will. I have 4 or 5 tattoos, but I don't have any as prominent as. How did that ever become a thing?
Face tattoos?
Yeah, people doing, Post Malone or Jelly
because
Roll
when every teenage
Jeez.
girl has a tattoo and you want to be edgy, you got to put it somewhere edgy, and that's edgy.
Tattoos aren't edgy anymore.
Yeah,
You know.
but if
not really.
But if they're on your face, maybe they're edgy.
Even you have a tattoo, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your Avengers tattoo.
Yeah.
Which we never see.
That's by design.
It's for him. It's not
just
for
me.
you.
Right here.
Yeah, and I got other tattoos because the first one I got, and you were with me, I got it, but I never see it. It's on my back. I got angel wings. No,
All right.
I didn't.
Weather.
Just beautiful. 76 today, sunny. Tomorrow, 75 sunny. It'll be just wonderful. Now, that changes Sunday. 60% chance of showers Sunday. And we start to cool things off by Monday. We have an 80% chance of showers, and the high is only 57. So today and tomorrow, those are your outside days. Go have your Aperol Spritz outside, like Jimmy was suggesting. It's a good weekend for it. For a limited time, save up to $100 on select tires at your locally owned and operated Big O Tire.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake up. Just tell your smart.
Well, the Republicans are really after me.
Me too. I'm getting him too.
Well, are you getting this? Again,
They want me to run for office?
This is the third time they've sent me a text.
Really?
Utah Republican Chairman Rob Axon here. It says, our party needs your help.
Mm-hmm.
No Republican has filed a run against Democrat incumbent Jen Daly Prevost for the state house. January 8th at 5 p.m. is the deadline to file at the Salt Lake County Clerk's office, and we cannot let the Democrat run unopposed.
Mm-hmm.
Will you answer the call and serve? See the district map here.
I got it for Brian King.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A GOP chairman, Rob Axon, says, our party needs your help. Me, Gina Barberi. Brian King is not running again, and no Republican has filed to run for the open seat in State House District 23.
It seems that I think I also got something from the Democrat, Jen Daly Prevost, saying, I can't find it now, saying that she would really appreciate my financial support. Now, I don't know why.
Okay, that's
well,
different.
you're a registered Republican. Why
I don't know. I don't know why she would send that to me. I'm not giving her any money. I'm a Republican.
Did you see there's a woman and a Democrat that's filed to run for Mitt Romney's seat yesterday?
I didn't see that.
Yes.
She's, let me find that.
And what, so did anybody file to run against Jen Daly Prevost?
I don't know. Let's see.
Now, as registered Republicans, don't we get to vote in this upcoming thing?
Yeah, they're having.
Or do we have to go somewhere?
We might have to go somewhere, so I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
It's a presidential preference poll or something.
Yeah.
World-renowned ski mountaineer, environmental activist, running for Utah's open Senate seat. Her name's Caroline Gleich or Gleich. I should probably figure out how to say that. She's running for Mitt Romney's seat.
Yeah, I did see that. And she's a Democrat?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
She got my vote.
Well,
I don't need to know anything.
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm a Republican. I can't vote for her.
Sure. No, Bill, you can.
You can.
See, in this state, you have to be a registered Republican to vote in the Republican primaries and things, but Democrats will take anybody. You don't have to be a registered Democrat.
And that's why I'm a Republican, because I'm picky.
And today's the last day you can register as a Republican to vote
I think it was. Oh yeah, today is the
last day.
Yeah, today. If you have a mind to register, I was thinking of changing back to Democrat, but I just didn't want to go. I lost the paper that said how to do it, and so I don't care. I mean, it doesn't make a whole never mind of difference. Really.
It does make a difference because you can vote in primaries. If you would like a say in who wins office here in the state of Utah, you have to be a registered Republican.
Gina, the Republicans that I would vote for, which I did, are too liberal in the Republican Party to ever win.
Well,
it doesn't make a difference.
Well, the GOP is now all extremists. There is no, what I keep hearing, mainstream Republicans. That term doesn't apply anymore.
That's why I want to go back to, I think I should go back to being a Democrat and just fight the good fight.
All of the mainstream Republicans are quitting or retiring Mitt Romney, you know?
I don't know how this presidential, I think it's in March, the Republican
presidential preference,
whatever that is. I don't know if you have to go somewhere or. We'll find out.
It says here, so you can switch back to Democrat. The Republican Party will not primary this year. They have decided to do voting in the caucuses, so you can't vote against Trump in the primary.
Because they know not everyone will show up to the caucuses. Because people are...
Yeah, it's only the extremists.
Yeah.
Or no, excuse me, the Republicans that will go out.
Well, I think I can I think you can call the office and change your party affiliation over the phone.
You just go to vote.utah.gov and it's all there. It's easy.
All right.
Follow Gina Barberi on Twitter at RFH Gina. This is Radio from Hell on X96.
937.
All right, longtime friend of the program, Cindy Mitchell, has joined us in the studio. Cindy is a librarian at a middle school. Where are you a librarian?
In the Jordan School District.
Jordan School District.
Yeah.
And are you? And you're upset about something, and I know it's about a book they want to take off the shelves, right?
Right. So first of all, I want to say that the information that I'm talking about today is publicly available, or should be, and that all of the opinions that I have are my own.
Okay. You're not a spokesperson.
Nobody else.
Okay.
And also, today I was already taking a personal day.
Oh,
so,
okay.
For other things.
All right.
So this is not something special.
All right.
Okay, so 2 days ago in our inboxes, we received a notice that said that we had to remove 3 books from our shelves. Speak by Lori Hall Sanderson. I don't know. Where's the
camera's right here. Right here.
Oh, okay. Speak by Lori Hall Sanderson. The graphic novel of Speak, also by Lori Hall Sanderson. And Story of a Girl by Sarah Zarr, who happens to live here in Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and all 3 books are award-winning books.
Okay.
And we were told that they had been challenged. They had been deemed objective, sensitive materials according to Ken Ivory's law, and that we need to remove them from our shelves immediately.
Now, I don't know these books. Could you tell us a little bit about them?
Oh, yes. So both of them actually start out with the stories of 13-year-old girls.
Okay.
The Speak is about a girl who is, and this is sensitive material, it is, because it does mention that she was raped during a house party during the summer.
Okay.
And so she's starting school. We don't know that is what has happened to her. But everybody is mad at her and no one's speaking to her because they know that she called the cops.
Ah, okay.
Because that's what you're told to do, right?
Yeah.
And so we see her during this year spiraling downward and downward and downward until something happens and she is able to find hope.
So the objective material is the fact that she's been raped.
Well, we don't know what specifically was considered to be objective. I have reread the book myself, and according to the Ken Ivory law, which equates school books with pornography, there is absolutely nothing in the book, as far as I'm concerned, that would meet that standard.
Yeah. And you are a librarian. You went to school for this.
I have a master's in library science, and
I've
I've been at my school for 27 years now.
And part of your job is to be able to discern in books what you think is appropriate and not appropriate. Correct?
Yes, exactly. Now, Story of a Girl is about a girl who, when she was 13, was in a sexual relationship with a high school senior.
Way too young.
Way too young.
And that's probably part of the story.
Yes, and now it's 3 years later. She's still in a terrible family situation. She has started this relationship up again. And
I see. Okay.
It's her finally maturing into the idea that this is not a way to get what she needs in her life.
So, a positive message. A positive message.
Both of them, extremely positive messages. Yes. I had the chance to talk to Lori Hollis Anderson over the course of a day because she actually came to our library conference a few years ago. And the outpouring that she gets every time that she speaks and the letters that she gets all the time are from girls and boys, men and women who tell her how much their book meant to them.
Yeah, thank you for. Now, I opened the one book, the graphic novel, and the page I turned to, it showed two girls in drawings in a locker room, putting on a bra and stuff. But it's from the back,
right?
But they say boobs and butts,
right?
And,
like kids that age
kids do. Yeah. So they're talking about boobs and butts. You don't want your boobs to show or something like that. So this is deemed indecent by some people, and they want these books taken out of the school.
Why do you think it's important for them not to be taken out of the school?
Because, well, first of all, I would ask any parent if they don't want their child to read this, do they have a cell phone that you're not monitoring and have locked down?
Yeah.
Because the access to all of it is immediate. And just like that one scene that you saw was in the locker room with the boobs and the butts, have you stepped into the hallway at any school, even elementary schools? I interviewed a group of 8th graders recently for something completely different, and their number one complaint was the amount of swearing in the hallway.
Well, Cindy, they're getting it from these books. Now listen,
that's not where I learned it.
So we need to we need to make sure we get everything taken care of here. You're here with an objective in mind.
I am. So just because the books have been ordered to be removed from the shelves in the Jordan School District doesn't mean that has to be how it happens. What happens? There is an appeals process. You do have to be a teacher, an employee of the district, a parent who has a student in the district, a student, or a board member.
And what district are we talking about?
Jordan School District. In order to send an appeal and then the board would have to, in an open meeting, discuss the book.
How do you send an appeal?
Well, there is an online Google form, which I have given you the link to. And then hopefully you guys can tweet it out and post it on your Facebook.
Sure.
And so you just fill out that Google form. I would suggest that you only do it if you know the books, so that you can talk about your experiences with the book.
And you're in the but you have to. Doesn't matter. You can't do it, Gina. You're not in the Jordan District.
But I will read them because I'm curious about it.
Thank you.
Well, just be aware that they say boobs and butts in that one.
I am fine with that.
So the book challenge, I want to give the Google document is. Katie will make sure it gets posted on all of our.
It's a terrible URL.
Yeah, we'll have it available.
All right.
Well, but then there's your blog, of course.
There is.
Do you have that information there?
Okay, well, this is where it gets a little bit delicate.
I see. Okay.
Because I know that I could be setting myself up as a target.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
All right, then.
All right. Yeah, so
We
we won't
won't
mention it.
We'll
mention it.
we'll put on our social media where you can find out more information about this. How about that?
Thank
All right,
you.
Let's do that. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
I mean, here's a texter that puts it perfectly. One of the best parts about reading is identifying with the characters and feeling seen and understood. And that's what
Perfect.
we have here. So
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Cindy.
Thanks, Cindy Mitchell.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after some messages and a song to crawl towards the exits. Oh, and the boner of the week. Stand by.
X96 presents the Catalyst Music Festival on Saturday, May 3rd.
You're not going to be here tomorrow, right? Or Monday, right?
No, it is spring break next week.
I didn't know you were in school.
Well, the kids are. They're out of school.
And what are you doing?
We thought it would be a good opportunity to go visit Festus.
Oh, Jacksonville.
Well, but we're not going to. Well,
Yeah, Florida.
so
you're
we
going to
thought,
meet somewhere?
We thought, how can we visit Festus without actually going to Jacksonville?
Going to Florida.
Festus being Gina's son, who was in the Navy.
He's in the Navy, and he's stationed at the Mayport Naval Station in Jacksonville.
So is he going to meet you somewhere?
So 2 hours north of Jacksonville is a lovely place. I understand. I've never been there.
I have.
Savannah, Georgia.
Yep.
It's not far away.
It's
Yeah, but
old South.
but it's-
It is
but it's
old
Georgia, though.
South.
But it's
It's really it's a beautiful place. A lot of good food. There's this place, I think it's called the Riverfront Walk or something like that.
It's the historic river district.
Yeah, and
which is
it's-
where we're staying.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
beautiful. Beautiful.
And I was looking at the 10-day forecast. Now the 10-day forecast for here
Is the usual.
More of the same.
is more of the same.
Yeah.
Highs in the 40s and rain snow mix off and on all week long. But then I look at Savannah,
Yes.
76, 84.
Unfortunately, though,
79.
Unfortunately, though, you will find it very muggy. It's humid.
Humid.
Very humid.
I don't care.
But you might see fireflies. That's cool too.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, have a good
and,
time.
And the kids said, "So what are we doing there?"
Tell them there's a theme park there.
Yeah.
There
I s-
isn't, but
And I said, "We're going to relax and check stuff out."
good.
Check stuff out.
Which means we're going to walk around.
It's a history tour.
But I told them, I'm like, look, there's a pool at the hotel. You can go to the pool every day.
It'll be nice.
It'll be
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Of course, tomorrow is April Fool's Day.
Yes.
And you find this, now I just happen to find this from Reader's Digest, which I didn't even know was still around. It says, a trusted friend in a complicated world. 56 pranks you can pull on people on April Fool's Day.
56?
Yeah. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not going to read all of them, obviously, but if you did any of these things, you're a jerk. You're a turd.
Your friends will not like this.
Here's one called Coffee Talk. If you know somebody who drinks coffee and they put sugar in it, sneak salt in the sugar
No,
bowl,
don't do that.
so that when they put the salt in their coffee, wouldn't that be funny?
No.
How about peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter and laughs? It says here, get some crunchy peanut butter and surreptitiously smear it on somebody's shoe, because you know what it'll look like. You know what? Dog poo. It'll look like
No.
dog. Wouldn't that be funny? Bug alert. Put out a sign that says this property infested with bugs, and then put it on your front door. Soapy shower. Unscrew your shower head. Unscrew the shower head and put in a bouillon cube so that your family member takes a shower that smells increasingly like chicken. Why would you do these things? What a horrible thing to do.
It's the worst holiday.
Here's one called Bad Wrap. Completely wrap a loved one's car in saran wrap.
Oh, I hate that
And
one.
then shoot silly string all over it.
Silly string.
Yeah.
Silly string makes everything better.
Gross out. Pretend that you're going to the bathroom and call your kid asking for toilet paper. When they come into the bathroom to hand you the toilet paper, accidentally smear melted chocolate on their hand when they pass you the roll.
No. No. No.
April Fool's Day.
I'm so glad we don't have to work tomorrow, that April Fool's Day is on
Well,
a Saturday.
I'll warn you
So-
now. Next year, it's on a Monday. And I have something prepared.
Already?
Yes.
For next year?
I've had this prepared for 2 years.
Okay. Really? Okay.
I'm just waiting for April Fool's Day.
It's a prank?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the day off then. I'm going to ask for it now. I'm going into work day right now.
No, you're going to be in on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, there are 56. There are 56 here. I just please don't do any of these things.
Here's a texter. Yes, thank you, friend, for,
Yeah.
for ruining my coffee and wasting my money.
No.
Yeah.
You better buy the coffee for them.
Pull the old switcheroo on a bathroom toilet paper roll, replacing it with a large roll of white duct tape. You see?
No.
Now, Katie doesn't like April 1st because it's the anniversary of the car accident that
That's
totaled
right.
her Rogue 4 years now.
Mm.
So,
And today,
oh no, wait. Now, are we still? Is our contract run out before next April?
No.
No, because we
We'll still
signed
be
it,
here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
yeah. And
was gonna
today,
say.
just on a serious note, today, March 31st, it was my mother's birthday.
Oh,
yes.
Nola.
Yeah, Nola's birthday, and I remember her fondly almost every day anyway. but-
Yeah, but
and,
especially.
and she died like March 12th, I think it was, something like that. And I went up to the Ogden Cemetery and said, "Hey,"
Hey, Mom.
on March 12th.
April 1st is the holiday for every person you know who is passive aggressive. Yeah. If you're going to Savannah, check out the baseball team Bananas.
Oh, okay.
Total different kind of game. It's on my bucket list.
Gina doesn't care for bananas.
Yeah.
But we like to go to a baseball game.
April Fools, my brother put bouillon cubes inside of my shower head.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about
that's
that
just
one.
the one I read.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Get a whoopee cushion. These are from the Reader's Digest. I can't believe it. How about, let's see, you want one more here?
Sure.
One more.
Honk. Write on a large piece of paper, honk at me. Tape the sign to the back of your friend's car. So that they don't know it there, and they'll wonder why everybody's honking at them all the time. You see?
Yeah.
You see? It'd be funny.
Okay.
Might cause an accident even. That'd be
It
even
sounds,
funnier.
sounds like a day to stay in bed. That's
Yeah.
what it's.
Yeah.
Just avoid
Yeah.
the possibility of any of these things happening.
All right. In 1990, World Party released their second studio album, Goodbye Jumbo, featuring Put the Message in the Box, Thank You World, and that song, Way Down Now. All right, there you go. Time for the boner of the week.
Yes, David, the flower guy, is here. Hi, Dave. How are you
Hello,
today?
fine.
I see you're wearing your astronaut suit. Are you going to go? You're going to go on Blue Origin and go up? No, no, you're not. Dave, have you got flowers to sell?
Ivy.
Yeah. So, are you going up to Ivy's?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go up and hang around and wait for people to come in and buy flowers.
No,
Oh, you go pick them up and drive around. Yeah. Okay. So if you see Dave around town, buy some flowers from him. He's on a red, kind of jazzy scooter thing.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to pick the boner of the week?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. From Monday, boner candidate to number 1. What would those of you who have autistic children in your family like to say to the secretary, to Kennedy, who said, autistic kids, they can't go to the bathroom, they'll never go on a date, they're just a burden on society. There are many successful autistic people, many, and he's a fool. Boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday. My plan is to give them all the fentanyl they want. That's a mayor in Southern California, Lancaster, I believe it was, who said, I know how to handle the homeless population. Just give them all the fentanyl they want. It'll kill them off. Just kill them off. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. Not how they thought they would spend their vacation. 2 German teenagers in Hawaii. They take a trip to Hawaii. We're just gonna kind of wing it once we get to Hawaii. And because they didn't have solid plans, Border Patrol agents decided that they were terrorists, and they threw these 2 German girls in jail for a week in Hawaii. Boner candidate number 4 from yesterday. A little cut here, a little cut there. Where's the harm? They're cutting a Lifeline LGBTQ plus specialized service to start in October. The program funded by the U.S. Health and Human Services Department. But no, we're going to cut that. And then they're also cutting inspection of milk and dairy products because, well, we've terminated so many employees, we just don't have the resources to do it. That's boner candidate number 4. And from today, golf ballin' and skunk killin'. That's a good boner candidate, too. Which one is the worst of the week?
Number 1.
Number 1. What would those of you who have autistic children in your family like to say?
Excellent choice, Dave.
So Robert Kennedy Jr.
Of course, RFK Jr. wants to have a list of autistic people. He wants
registry.
He wants a registry.
We'll make a registry.
Of course, we can't do that with guns. No.
So we can get them the services that they need. That's what it's for.
Sure it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
All right.
Nicely done.
We have a promo.
Yeah. Somewhere.
All right.
There it is. I got it.
Don't forget the Salt Lake Marathon is Saturday.
I'll have an aid station set up at my house.
Well, that's nice of you, Bill.
Well, what kind of aid will you be providing?
Well, I will have cans of Vienna sausages for all of the runners, vodka tonics, and cigarettes.
Radio from Hell providing aid and comfort. Back Monday morning here on X96.
That'd be really good. An aid station with Vienna sausages, vodka tonic, and cigarettes. Whatever.
We're aiding you to a quicker death.
Name your poison.
Yeah. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Cigarettes?
Artie Fufkin is next.
Artie Fufkin totally pressed the rewind button and left a big smudge of gravy on it. Ugh. 1 hour nonstop way back wingding on X96.